What's up, guys? McRaptor here. You are about to watch the Hitless Winter Classic charity tournament featuring both Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne. This is the 7th and final SoulsBorne Hitless tournament in 2018. In this event, two teams of expert Hitless runners go head-to-head to score the least amount of hits from bosses or enemies. In terms of PvE content in Dark Souls and Bloodborne, this is some of the hardest stuff that you could possibly imagine. This is the second Dark Souls 2 tournament and the first time we've ever done a Bloodborne all bosses tourney as well. There are some great matches in the playlist. Seeing the additional content in Bloodborne was just amazing. You're going to want to watch both videos, guys, so make sure you check them out. They'll both be on the playlist. This was also a charity tournament where we raised over $600 during the live event. If you want to support our children's charity, you can still do that using the Quip affiliate link in the comments section. For every $25 electric toothbrush that we sell, Quip gives us $55 back to charity. So it's a super economically efficient way to both clean your teeth and save the kids. And those are both great things, so consider that, guys. If you're new to hitless or no hit runs, they were made popular by the Happy Hob back in 2016 when he beat Dark Souls 1 without taking any hits from bosses or enemies. Since then, every SoulsBorne game has been beat hitless by multiple players, and now they're running head-to-head in hitless tournaments, which we do about once a month now. If you want to catch the tournaments live, be sure to follow us on Twitch and follow on Twitter for live updates. You can also check out McRaptor.com for tourney information. Guys, enjoy the video and consider liking and subscribing to support our future content, and we will see you next time.
What are the runners' names right now?
We got K Witty Sandals.
Oh my god.
We got GG. That's K-Dubs. We got Daddy Rap.
Man, Squill is funny.
And we got old man green hair Colmer.
All right.
Yep. McRaptor, you sound like a dad. I am a dad, so
Dang.
3 times over. Guilty. All right.
I thought of a decent rule that we could employ.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe me and Colmer's hair should be the same color, and then you guys have the same color hair, so you can.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be a good idea.
That works.
Because my
Okay,
hair's
what do
kind
you-
of green.
What color your hair? What color you
Well,
want your hair?
you guys should be orange, right? Yeah.
Orange? I can be. Yeah, I'm orange. If
You want me to be orange? too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I'm partially colorblind, so you guys are gonna have to help me out with this.
that's the official Team Hunter's Dream color. So yeah, go over to the left more. You're still white.
Yeah, the characters like Zeus had too many carrots.
Yeah. Way too many carrots.
And then Colmer's is green.
You're actually on skin color right now.
Oh shit. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Is that BB?
Is that Biscuit?
There's yeah.
Hi, BB. Oh,
They
man.
said hi.
Hi.
If Squilla's team wins, can you sing with us at the end?
Colmer's green or bluish?
It's like turquoise.
I heard a yes.
It is a neon cyan.
How's
Oh,
that?
I had it.
Okay,
I had it
wait,
like
Very
that
precise.
before.
Is that accurate?
You need no.
No.
Here, I can tell you the levels of my. Hold on, give me a second.
All right, give me the
This is
levels.
going to be the hardest thing you guys see all match. Oh,
Is
man.
that more of the color, Colmer? Or
Where
I
is
don't know if
it?
you're looking.
Where's the hair? Wait a second.
It's like a cyan.
Oh, okay. The hair is just wait. The hair is just 255 on
Red.
red and 70 on green.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
Should I make my
synced.
beard that too, or no?
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Beard color. There you go. Oh man.
You want to know something really cool?
Yes.
What?
If your dad doesn't have a beard, you have 2 mums. 2 beardless mums.
Oh my god.
Okay. What about a mustache?
No,
That doesn't count.
I think
What?
I think Fashion Souls is complete. I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Everyone ready?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
So let's do the countdown the same way we did before. We'll start with K-Dub, then we'll go down to Faraz, then we'll go up to Squilla, then we'll go down to Colmer in succession.
Hold on. Apparently, I forgot the eyebrows. Is that important?
Oh
No.
my god.
No.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. So K-Dub with 10,
10.
Faraz 9,
9.
Squilla 8,
8.
Colmer 7.
7.
6.
Thank you,
5.
K-Dub.
4.
3.
2.
1.
Good luck. You guys are amazing.
0.
Ah!
Go.
Oh, man. Counting is so hard. Okay, bye.
Love and best wishes, friends. I will see you on the other side.
Fuck everybody.
Watch out for gravity.
Everybody is something.
Lethal, what's going on, man?
Too much, man. I appreciate you having me for the tournament.
Absolutely, dude. You're my first choice. You had the knowledge that is needed for this run. We have not cast this content before, so this is going to be
That's
fun,
quite the run, man.
Right? So from your perspective, what do you think is the hardest split or boss overall?
It depends. I mean, I think we'll see primarily hits on shadows. Even though it's like the major any percent issue, it's still going to be the all boss minus DLC issue as well.
All right.
Maybe Abretus with the AoE pings, depending if they
I was
get the
thinking
kill or
Abretus
not.
could be challenging too. Yeah. Okay.
And then Logarius can be, depending on the strats used. There's a couple different strats out there. There's like a loop strat that's more aggressive, that forces him to hop back around in circles, which works really well. But you got to be on your toes. And then there's like a dodge and transform one that takes a little longer. It's a little safer, but it can go really badly because you're going in and out through attacks.
Yeah. Well, so basically what you're saying is there's a lot of shit that can go wrong.
Yeah. There's like the bad thing about this run is usually if something goes wrong on a boss, it ends up in multiple hits rather than just one. It's hard to get away after that first hit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and we've seen some bad stuff happen before. If you screw up Vicar Amelia with the limb breaks, or if you have challenges on Bloodstarved Beast for some reason, that's a multiple hit sort of situation.
Right.
And there's no resets at that point because you're past Father G, so you're locked into the run. So it could be kind of a run ender, right?
But yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if the people are using routes that don't level up pre, BSB or Amelia. Basically, if that goes wrong, there's not really a way to progress because you've already used your buffs and they're limited at that point in the game. You can't acquire more.
Yep. Well, that's what we're rolling with. So
A good example, not to bring up a bad run or a rough run, but when Joe's run went wrong with BSB, you saw how much hits happened afterward just because of the lack of buffs and items.
Yep. That can happen. Viking had some interesting stuff too earlier in the tournament. Of course, he almost won the whole thing at the end. It was double elimination, but he
did a great job.
He had some rough matches when he was using strats that weren't as comfortable for him. He slowed down a little bit and he was much more consistent.
Right, yeah, he was a little more worried about speed at first and using stuff he wasn't used to, but once he switched back, he definitely showed his skill.
Yeah, well, and in the 80% tournaments, we do use speed as a factor, so it is a tiebreaker. So if you're very equally matched with your opponent, you do want to be as speedy as possible.
Oh, definitely.
We're not at that point with this particular run just because I don't think it's meaningful at this point, but at some point people may get so fast at it that adding speed into this version,
right, like generally I think right now just hits in general will kind of break it down, but
yeah,
if they all get consistent and that fast, then maybe they'll start pushing for faster strats.
That's when you got to ratchet it up. Yeah, and I want to make this clear too. There's a lot of people out there that are watching this, and if you've been doing the hitless run on your own, either on Twitch or YouTube, or you've just been practicing offline, and you're interested in participating, if you can get consistent and you are competitive, we would like to have you in the tournament. So just reach out to me once you get to that point. Occasionally people are kind of like, oh, I got like a 10-hit run. I'm like, that's good, but these guys are all zero hit types. So it's not to say that anyone and everyone, but we do want to have a broader base of runners. So if you're interested, just talk to one of these runners and we'll get you set up. So we're coming in. There's not a lot of action that's necessarily going to happen at this point until Father G's dead. So this is our last opportunity, Lethal, to talk about big picture items. What are you expecting to see from these runners in particular? Who do you think is going to have the best opportunity for a zero hit?
I got to say, I think K-Dub's got the highest opportunity for a zero hit. He's insanely consistent. He's got just a massive amount of time in this game, and he's done so many different types of challenge runs or meme-specific runs that he's more prepared for any situation. Like if something kind of goes completely not the way he's looking to make the strat go, he can YOLO the rest and still get through pretty safely.
Yep. I agree with that. Shadowcar coming in with the 1,000 bits as well. Good luck to all the runners. Shadow, thank you very much, dude. Been very supportive. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and everything, all the money coming in today, guys, subs, bits, donations, Quip toothbrush sales, everything's going straight to charity. So it's going to the kids. We usually have a prize pool for the runners, but when we're doing charity, of course, we're focusing on doing things for others. So if you're interested in helping out other people in the world and you want to just support the tournaments in general, we appreciate every support that you can give. But the biggest thing is just to be here, and we are coming into Father G now. In the upper right, we got Squilla coming in, doing Squilla strats.
Without grabbing that music box, it gives him a little bit of lead up front, but the strat takes a little longer overall, so it's kind of a balance, I think.
Yeah, and it's pretty consistent though. I haven't seen him mess this up in a long time.
It's very consistent, more so consistent than I do with the music box. So
yeah, ooh, got a little buffering there on Squilla's. Oh, he's back. Okay, good. He had to load the game sharks in there. No problem.
Right. Splice.
Splicing. Oh man. We could have a whole podcast about splicing in hitless runs, huh? Of course, that was the...
We just call that a segmented run.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think some people underestimate the amount of effort it takes to do this. Ooh, we almost had Father G break out of his cage, but he is back in there. And we got...
I do like K-Dub's modified strat he does as well. It's a combination of the music box, but a little bit different to save mollies for later in the run.
Yep. Now... One thing that I think will be pivotal on the any percent portion is what K-Dub does in shadows, because he does some things that some other runners call kind of risky. He's going in for the parries on the shadows, and he's done it every time we've watched him in a tournament. So I don't think he's going to change that.
Right, he'll still be running the same strat. And it is a little riskier in the sense that if an attack lines up when the iframes end from the visceral animation, you're going to get hit. But he's so meticulous about the lineup, he kind of sees what attacks are aggroing when he starts. Like, usually you'll notice he won't go for a visceral if it doesn't look.
Yeah. Well, oh, that's a reset there. All right, so that's first reset burn for K-Dub.
The backstab miss there.
Yeah. And we got Father G in the bottom right as well with Colmer. Colmer looks very calm and collected.
What's interesting about Gascoigne, not many notice, is on the first two music box uses, he tries to back up away from you. Like directly, so he'll almost line his face up with you and back up away, so you can almost manipulate how he backs up. But on the third use, he'll just back straight up. He doesn't adjust his body as much. So if you're just standing behind him, he'll back straight up into you for the backstab.
Yep. So it looks like K-Witty may be the only one utilizing the reset. Everybody else is locked in now past Father G. And that's a GG for Colmer as well. Oh, does he still got a little bit of health? Yeah, he did. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the tiny little sliver there.
I was like, yeah,
I thought he was dead.
Still a little bit alive. All right. Got a little smile from him. All right. Well, so K-Dub's going to be a little bit behind, but he is going to vastly overtake Colmer at some point. Colmer's got a
plus K-Dub also has the solid state drive in his PS4, so he'll save a little on loading time. Not that it changes in-game time, but it'll help him kind of get back on track.
Kind of catch up. I think Faraz runs one as well. I'm not sure if Squilla does, to be honest.
I don't think he does.
I'm assuming everybody's running on a Pro. Bloodborne is a lot smoother on...
K-Dub's running just a regular PS4, but it does have the solid state, so you still get some smoothness added, but not quite the same.
Yeah. I mean, I think you just kind of get used to playing with the lower frame rates in Bloodborne anyway.
Yeah.
But,
the Pro does make it a lot smoother. It doesn't go beyond 30, but it's pretty locked.
Yeah, it's just consistent, and I hardly notice it at all. It's nice. We are not sponsored by Sony PlayStation 4 Pros, so... but buy one if you want to play Bloodborne in its smoothest form. Speaking of smooth, we are getting some more buffering. It's been a little bit of buffering day, but nothing too bad. K-Witty did get past ladder %. This is kind of a joke in the community, but that ladder is like real, right, Lethal?
It is, indeed. I think that's one of the scary parts of Hob doing the God Run, because if he's 3 or 4 games in to get through that opening, it's really scary. He even adds into the point where he kills one of the early enemies there.
Yeah.
So just to guarantee he can get through safely.
And the God Run, of course, is all 5 SoulsBorne games, Dark Souls 1 through 3, Bloodborne and Demon Souls, back to back. No hits. That's what Hob's attempting right now. He's already done it in the trilogy in Dark Souls 1 through 3, and so he's ratcheting up that challenge. He's been on that for a few months now, and that is a wild run, man. That is wild. And let's see,
Hey, did Colmer just pull out the axe?
he loves the axe, man.
Interesting.
He was joking about that the other day.
Yeah, he was definitely joking about it, but I didn't think he was going to use it in the run. I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to do with it.
You know, the Hunter's Axe is a newbie favorite, right?
Spin to win is definitely powerful for sure.
Not that Colmer is a noob, because he's not, but you know, starting players like the Hunter's Axe because it has a lot of range. It's got the spin to win. There's a lot of things to like about it when you're learning the game. I am shocked to see him use it right now, but hey, if it works, man.
I think that's the conversation they're currently having because it looks like he's laughing pretty hard about it.
Oh, all right. Well, seeing some mix-ups.
Are they seeing her uninstall?
Otherwise, it's all saw cleaver all day long because it's just an efficient
For sure, it
weapon.
has the highest DPS in the game. It's got the serrated bonus, so you can get the pellet up quick.
You get it in the beginning.
Attacks are fantastic.
Like anytime your final weapon is your first one, that's very easy, efficient, one less hassle, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see what he does with it. So I propose we continue doing what we were doing before. So Faraz and I, although we didn't do it to much efficiency at times, a lot of missed Mog hits in particular, but why don't you cover the left-hand side in particular, and I will focus on team patches on the right to make sure
That's good.
we don't miss any hits. We're going to do better than last time because otherwise chat will revolt on us.
They might.
You know how chat is. They keep us honest, man.
I have a little experience, yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and right after, when we get to a good point, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the runs you've done as well. So people who aren't familiar with Lethal knows who the hell you are, man. So we're going into BSB now in the upper right, though, with Squilla. Should be pretty smooth phase here. Anything that you think isn't obvious about what's going on here? I mean, they're throwing cocktails.
Yeah. What's interesting here is there's a few different strats for BSB. So this one is primarily with transform attacks. There's a newer attack where you do the opening transform, or newer strat with an opening transform combo, and then you backstab chain the entire rest of the fight.
Did you?
Yeah, I did catch that. That's the reason I use the newer strat, actually. Well, in my newer runs.
So what is that counted as exactly?
That's a single, because that's a that's a single attack. I believe. That's terrible.
Okay. Yeah, she like grabbed me through her back.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I love the SD.
Sorry. Okay. Well,
but yeah, the newer strat use the same combo off the bat, and then you go into a double backstab. You throw a punji, you do an R1, then it's double backstab. So she's stun locked for the remainder of the fight. So that way you don't get the weird glitchy kind of occurrences, or if she just decides not to follow a. You man, appreciate it, bud. So that way, if you get that kind of RNG, it's not an issue, you know. However, in my current runs, I'm actually using no punjies. I'm actually just doing no roll, no punjies, but I'm more comfortable with that for some reasons, and I kind of like to do it for the meme. But
that is a tough one.
I wouldn't recommend it.
That is a tough one to call. Lethal, why don't you take a look at that replay? What we generally do in terms of hits, when it's an easy sort of hit to call, it's the number of life drops. But in the case of a chain attack, kind of like the bone wheels or shadows, flame cone, like things like that, that's a single hit typically. That
is tough. I would say for this tournament we should count it as a single hit, because once you're grabbed, you cannot get out of that attack until you're either dead or you survive through the end of it.
Yeah, it's basically a single chain
it's
attack.
kind of like the shadow fire breath attack. Yeah, it's multiple pings, but when you're in it, it's just over.
Which is the way we scored that one as well. Now, whereas the shadow fireballs attack, that's one for each ball that actually drops your life, right? Although we had a situation where one ball,
unless they hit you at the exact same time.
Or they hit the same time, then it's like, well, that's technically one hit because it's one life drop, right? So
because you didn't have an opportunity to avoid the secondary.
Exactly.
Same impact.
So there's been some interesting sort of things here in terms of how we score that. So yeah, we're going to score that at 1. Always
I don't think so, Pro. It looks like the initial hit was the grab itself, but I can double check it.
Yeah, and we can throw it up on screen.
I'll throw it up on the center there.
Yeah, we'll
K-Dub's back to gas going here.
we'll see what chat says. Into our overlay. You went wild on me again. All right. Well, you guys can see it.
Looks like the grab actually sucked him through the character model all at once. So it looked like the initial damage you saw was the grab itself going off.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what happened. I made it bigger so I could see it. Bad streamer. Hold on. I'm going to fix it. Look at that.
So yep, K-Dub has now passed any reset potential
Look
points.
at that movie magic. Oh, man.
She can do that sometimes. I've landed a backstab on her from behind while she was doing like what would be her R1 swipe essentially, and it hit me. Even though it wasn't even within the vicinity, just somehow there was like a weird splash that bounced off the wall. BSB, you can just get some really weird kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Grab. Oh, yeah, it was definitely glitchy. It shouldn't have pulled him through the character model, but that's Bloodborne for you.
Yeah. It's wild, man. All right. Well, some early action. Faraaz getting by the dog there, no problem. These guys have done a lot of any percent runs. I'm wondering who has the most amount of practice at this point in the all boss route, though.
This day, K-Dub is definitely up there because when he was going for the all boss plus DLC, he was getting an all boss almost every run, and it was like either he was getting hit by like Moon Presence or there was like a DLC issue, so he would just reset and go again, and he was getting that distance almost every run.
Yeah.
Have quite a bit between K-Dub, Faraaz, and Squill. I'd say Colmer would have the least experience overall.
All right. Well,
Squilla back at ESB, Colmer at BSB.
Colmer's being chased, but he's okay.
Wolves are crazy, man.
He looks slightly concerned, but nothing too wild.
I had one chase me into the church one time. It glitched out and it chased me in, and then the fog wall locked him in, and he couldn't leave.
Yeah. Squill is getting a redemption here, hopefully on BSB. This is not the usual positioning that we would see, though. Oh, because he has to fight him straight up. Oh, no. All right, well. He does not have any cocktails ready to go. That is this is how this game can get out of control, and you don't want bad things to happen on BSB.
Right, so this is the perfect example of what I was saying. If you run out of materials off the bat, there's not really a way to recoup them.
No. It's kind of a one-shot kind of deal.
I'll see. I have a lot of practice fighting BSB essentially the way he is, but I would be using fire paper as well as a pellet, even if I didn't use punjies. And you could walk under the left and right swipes like he is right here. He's dodging under, but you can walk under, and that'll give you enough time to land a backstab.
Yep.
A lot of practice put in.
Colmer executed this fight quite well. Everything went according to plan.
Indeed. Faraaz with a nice Amelia fight as well.
Yeah. So Faraaz has passed all the catastrophic type stuff. I mean, like, shadows can go poorly, but not usually 10 hits kind of thing, Whereas BSB can ruin your day. And Amelia. So
we're doing a good job so far with this, though.
It's a long...
the scariest part's going to be final phase when the poison really steps itself up.
Yeah. This is why backup strats are so important.
For sure. And I think that's one thing you'll see with K-Dub and Squilla. There's a lot of BL4 experience there, so just on the fly if need be.
There's the charge. Going to blow the one pungent cocktail. I think it'll wear off, but oh no, the backstep. That is terrible.
You don't want to see that.
No.
So see right here, she's getting ready to do an AoE. So if he missed that backstab right there, it would have went off and probably killed him. That's a giant poison AoE explosion.
Yeah. Oh my God. Squilla is putting on a clinic right now, though. He can finish this. Oh my God. Look at that execution, man. We're screwing up the first one. He really had to earn that kill, but GG, dude.
Yeah, that was a nice fight.
Holy
that was a fantastic fight. Not poisoned or anything there. definitely puts him back on track, because he saved the extra materials and stuff without using, his fire paper for, say, Amelia.
Yeah, he saved the run. Squilla didn't get as much practice in as I think he normally would.
Yeah, he was a little rustier, I'd say.
Doing the vacation stuff with the holidays, but his memory kicked in there. His muscle memory, his just overall game knowledge. I mean, he is.
Sometimes you'll see some challenge runners are actually more comfortable with like the more regular way to fight a boss rather than a certain stun lock strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if you take Gino, for example, he can fly through SL1, I think, with even greater consistency than level because he's so much more comfortable in that.
Yep. No, it's, again, in this kind of environment, having a backup strat is very important. The lack of said backup strats have ended quite a few runs in Bloodborne in particular. It's been a challenge at times, and even in Dark Souls 3. So,
yeah,
that game knowledge just can't replace it. All right, Skull is coming in the old Hunter's Dream. We actually had a death there down. I don't remember who it was, but they were jumping down and gravity took its course. I don't even know how that happened.
Zuragi, the 10 and 7 on the side there, those are the cumulative team scores versus each other. So it's like the left side versus the right side. So that's the cumulative points from the DS2, carried over as well as current.
Yeah. So we got Team Hunter's Dream on the left here. Team Patches on the right. Hunter's Dream is the orange, the official orange team. Patches is green. So yeah, that's the cumulative count. And
coming in for the BSB fight.
Yeah, we're almost through.
I believe he also uses the older strat, which is primarily transform attacks.
Yeah. It's always scary when you can't see what's going on, but he knew how much time he had. All right. Everything's going.
He's got it.
Yep. Nice little backstab. Butt stab. That's the GG. All right. Pass BSB for all runners. Right. Faraz is doing great. Oh, God. He is in.
That's a 7 on the right.
He is in Faraz Alley, though. Coming up soon.
This area that Faraz is in is interesting because I actually don't use an elixir or mollies through there. I actually sprint through there.
Yeah. There was a lot.
And on the right, you can aggro them a certain way so they won't hit you. You just kind of book it through, but it's very precise.
There was a lot of debate about how to get through that particular section there in the swamp when they were doing this run for the first time. A lot of debate. Like there was
for sure.
I don't know that they had your voice in that discussion. They may have gone with a different strat ultimately.
Yeah, they're not as comfortable doing what I do. Usually, like they yell at me if they're watching me stream while I run through there. Like I'll just see all kinds of weird comments.
Like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And yeah, well,
Hey, it looks full YOLO, but it's pretty consistent.
Whatever works consistently is fine.
Right. And as long as you're comfortable with it, because some things that are consistent from somebody might be totally terrible for somebody else.
No cannonball memes today. Faraz got through Faraz Valley. All right, and we're on Vicar Amelia again.
These cannonballs are scary sometimes, man.
Yep.
If you get the short drop, it's no good. There's nowhere to go.
So tell me, Lethal, what do you do for a backup strat on Amelia if you've had to reset the fight?
If you have to reset the fight, it's almost impossible to the point where you can level your weapon up or something like that to kind of make it easier, which is what Joe ended up doing. I kind of walked him through the route because I had a no buffs route for BL4, and I was like, well, if you go here and here, you can get these materials. Now, you can certainly go back in there and do it and try to get the strat on track, but she is really hard to fight.
Yeah, once she knows you're already coming. Yeah.
Like when I did BL4 NG +6 and we did no buffs and we couldn't use the numbing mist as one of the, the restrictions. And so I had to fight her so aggressively she didn't heal because my damage wasn't outweighing the heal. So I had to learn each attack, what she did,
this is
and how to respond.
This is not good what's going on here with Colmer.
He's in a bad spot right now.
Yeah.
But he's playing it relatively safe. He's probably looking for a jump.
Yeah.
Which she might get right here or she might heal. Okay, she went for the heal.
Oh, man.
When she backs up like that, usually she's either going for a jump or heal.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
leveled up previously, he's in a really bad spot because your damage really isn't quite what you need. Well,
this is the run ender.
To get killed in this situation, I would probably spend the echoes from the doll set, come back in, with like the +1 or +2 weapon,
Ooh. Oh my god.
He's probably going. There's the jump right there. Those are good for you.
Yeah.
'Cause you can get a break. See that break he got there?
Yeah. Oh man, nice recovery.
That should allow him to
dude.
get the finish. Nice. So he
Woo.
did that textbook. That was really nice.
And we got Vicar Amelia coming in the upper left now with K-Dub. Hopefully he gets the regular version.
That's interesting at the end of this strategy because towards the end, you go for a certain stagger, but she might go into an insta leg heal, which breaks the stagger because she has a lot of poise.
Yep.
Happens right at the end of the fight, which is, let's see here. Well, when he gets to that point, we'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
if you hit her too early, you can also cause it more often than not, or if you hit her too late. So there's a certain point if you hit her for that final combo that you usually get hit the ground right there. See how she went for an attack and she got staggered there?
Yeah.
I mean, now if you hit before that or after, sometimes you'll get that insta heal more often. So then you kind of have to hit her a few times, get out, wait for something to happen, and hit her again.
Squilla's having some trouble with that wolf there, man, but he was able to get out of there.
Whew.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
that was a little close.
K-Dub's good to go, still at 0 hits. Got zeros on the left.
I'm pretty impressed with Colmer save on
Zeros
that,
on
though.
the
That's
bottom?
something that you won't see very
Yeah.
often. Somebody saving a Amelia fight like that.
That might be experience. I mean, he's been here before. He's had some rough tournament runs.
He has a really high level of talent in this game. I was pretty impressed. Like when he did his first BL4 run, I think he did it in like 2 or 3 days, like all boss and DLC.
Yeah. Well,
He definitely has a very high potential, and as he slowly, reaches that, like you definitely seeing some pretty insane stuff.
oh, man, we got some big donos coming in too. We got Ali Kokoa saying, second time watching SGDQ. I don't know what you're watching. Are you talking about Souls GDQ? Oh shit. 4-time donator. Your cancer passed away from
Souls Borne,
Germany.
no hit.
Money goes to save the donate. I don't know what you're saying. There's cancer, but thank you for the donation. And welcome back to Souls GDQ. And Trippy coming in with a $50. Trippy, thank you, dude. That's crazy.
That was a little scary there. The brain sucker almost sidestepped K-Dub's molly. That's why he threw the secondary molly, but luckily the first hit. But that brain sucker, if it sprints at you, the molly will go over its head because when it starts the sprint animation, it ducks down. So you're throwing the molly and there's nothing you can do about it.
That was scary, but what is not scary is that Backflipius will now be able to brush his teeth in style. Thank you for buying that quip brush and supporting the charity, man. Backflipius, I see you out in chat. You're always here, dude. Thank you so much for that support, and thank you to everybody just for being here and hanging out, having fun on this Friday right before the New Year's. And thank you for Lethal for making the time, man.
Yeah, man, I'm just glad to be a part of it. This is awesome to me. I'm enjoying it myself. So
Well, we've been talking about this for months now, and this was a good opportunity finally to get you in here. And I think we had the same thing with Mog. He like the time he didn't work with him in earlier tourneys, but then he was able to commentate last time, and then he played in this one. So I think it's a good way to ease into the crowd. People get used to your voice, see your skills, and then I think you're going to be deadly, man. No pun intended with your name, but like I think Lethal's going to be lethal. No, I think you're going to be a man to reckon with once you've got that little bit extra practice in, because your game knowledge here is.
yeah, hopefully, once I get a decent consistency of the all boss, I think we'll be okay.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Now we got FaraazKhan Shadows here, so here's a major split.
Ooh, boy. Yep.
Some interesting things you can do with Shadows, which a lot of people don't realize. So, like walking around, every attack, which this sounds pretty crazy, depending on spacing, but every attack Shadows do, you can actually walk around without even sprinting.
Yeah.
Weird, even in final phase when you get the noodles. So the noodles come off the Shadow's left arm. And if you walk clockwise, they can't quite make that angle.
You see, he just did
The noodle.
attack cancel there. That was interesting. What a nice guy. Oh, man. Shadows, there's so much variety to
It's
this
really
fight.
simple, but there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you add 3 bosses. I mean, by themselves, none of them would be difficult, but you add 3 of them, and all of a sudden, it's a major boss fight.
I think one of the biggest tricks of Shadows is the Black Katana Sword guy there. When he does that spammy combo,
Yeah.
if you're close to him at the end of the combo, he stops the combo, and then he'll wait about a second and a half, and then he'll do a heavy swipe.
Yeah.
to him, it doesn't happen. So you won't think it's going to be a thing because you watch the combo from distance. Like, okay, it's safe to go in. And as you go in to hit him, he'll just crack you in the head.
He's just baiting you in.
Yep.
Yeah, he is a bad boy. Colmer is going into a place we don't typically see. He's getting extra blood echoes, I guess. What else do you think?
I think what he's doing here, I talked to him a little bit about his route.
Yeah.
He goes in to gets the shortcut at the gate near the clinic early, so he can grab a few items, and then later on he'll just go to that lantern and go through the gate that way instead of coming back here later.
All right, cool. All right, so Faraaz is still fine-ish. One shadow down though. Oh, he's gonna get out. Yep. Didn't manage the boss health that well in
he got to transform a little
phase
early.
2. Yeah, so just got to reset. That's okay. It's not a far walk.
In that case, what I would do if I wasn't going to mark out, if somebody wanted to have a contingency, is you want to zoom kind of by the fire shadow to aggro the fire breath.
Yeah.
Likewise, maneuver to get a noodle arm from the other guy. You know what I mean? And kind of move in and go around that way. And, or if you'll bait the up at an arc rather than straight, you can sprint under it and then hit him there too.
Yeah.
Super scary to be in that phase, with 2 or 3 shadows for sure.
Chat says, I never used to brush my teeth until McRaptor introduced me to Quip. Now I brush my remaining tooth every day. Oh, man. Yeah, if you guys only have one tooth, you could still use a toothbrush. I mean,
Right, have a really shiny tooth, man.
Yeah, that is a lucky tooth, dude.
Exactly, it's holding on.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. All right. Well, Ross took some of the excitement out, but he's going to be right back in there. We may...
What's good about this is it's going to allow us to line up the runs a little more as
well. Yeah, that's true. That is nice when that happens. McDrunker with the host. Thank you very much, Drunky. Thanks for the excellent run today as well, sir. Man, we're in the menus, on the loading screens, and running through the swamp.
It's not a very productive time, huh?
No, it's interesting. You don't get a lot of downtime in Bloodborne, but
the strategy for the loading screen there.
Yeah. Madman's knowledge. It's like, all right, cool. All right,
the fight's a little different here for Faraz because now we can't get that charge R2 off the bat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We kind of adjust how he sets up the damage. Now, some people go in a little differently, so I go in with a fire paper on as well as the beast blood pellet, and then I do my charge R2, so it gives me about 1/4 of a meter right off the bat, and I can pretty much R1 L1 transform combo.
Yeah,
within about 10 seconds or so.
Would you say you have a fairly aggressive strat overall?
Yeah, it's very aggressive.
Yes,
I mean, I can do it
so
relatively consistently, but that was only because of the NG plus 6 experience. Whereas if you got bumped by anything, you died, and you couldn't kill the shadows. You couldn't set them up the same way with a no hit because they had too much health and your damage was too low. So all 3 shadows were still alive for a good 30-40 seconds.
Yeah, that's not fun.
It was. I was stuck there for a while. It was a good 30 or 40 hour grind.
Sometimes you need that, right?
I mean, it benefited me in the long run. I mean, now at this point, I can kind of cruise in and,
Yep.
But it was still,
All right, just
I wouldn't do it again, I don't think.
No. There's certain runs where you're like, and complete. All right, let's see. Raz is gonna get a little bit of chip damage soon, hopefully. I feel like the shadows should have different names. Like
that would be nice.
Even if it's like Shadow 1, 2, and 3. Shadow ABC, like Final Fantasy. Just something.
Yeah, something to differentiate.
Yeah.
And it's weird when you're hitting them because sometimes you got to think about which health bar is which because you might forget for a second.
You're like, okay, this is Candle guy, this is Katana guy, this is Tonitrus guy. It's like, you got to have something.
Yeah. On the plus side, the RNG is going rather well. Sometimes you'll get an aggressive candlestick guy, and he'll actually chase you in front of the black katana guy, and you can't use that opening at all. So you have to just walk around in circles until they adjust.
He's getting crowded out right now. There we go. Yeah, the katana guy is definitely the most aggressive, it feels like. And then you got...
So we have Squilla, top right shadows. K-Dub now walking into shadows.
Oh my god, we got a triple shadows fight. I haven't seen this in a while. I think we got it
It's
once.
pretty cool.
Okay.
Lots of fireballs right now.
Oh god. All right. Remember, you got the left. Sorry, you got two boss fights to manage. I will make sure Squilla is honest on this run.
Sounds good.
Oh lord.
So if anybody doesn't know how the strat generally works, is if you look at the health bars on the shadows, there's kind of like a white.
K-Dub's strat is just so scary, man.
Oh, it is. It's super scary, but he knows the opening, so I mean, it works for him. Now that's not to say that it goes well 100% of the time, but it's consistent enough for him to use it at tournament, so it's relatively safe.
Yeah.
Change a little.
Man, you get to see all the different styles with these guys. Hey, Woody being the most
For sure.
different, I think. Those parries. Ooh, Squilla just whiffed a little bit there, but was able to recover.
But yeah, they prep the health bar on the first and third shadow because those are the ones you get access to. It's really hard to hit that second shadow in general. And if any shadow gets down to around 35% health or so, they all go into a transform state.
Yep.
So you can prep the first and third to around 36, 37%.
Yeah,
combo
that's
one
that's
to death in the process.
That's the idea. Squilla usually does it quite well.
Mhm.
He's the most masterful at that usually. Faraz kind of YOLOs a little bit sometimes because that's the Faraz way.
A little bit more of the all boss speed run kind of coming out in a little.
Yeah, and when I say YOLO, I don't mean it's like he's uncontrolled. It's not unpracticed or anything. It's just like his style.
Just a little more aggressive, yeah.
Yeah, which kind of is a little bit more like Hob. And in general, he's a little bit more like Hob as a hitless runner, which is interesting because there's not a lot of people that play exactly like that.
Right. All right, so Faraz has his shadows prepped at this point in time, so he's probably going to buff here, yep.
Yeah. Nice control.
Oh, he's going to try to get a better lineup, I'm assuming. The spacing is important when you cause the transition, because if one of them delays transition a little bit, they can go for an attack in between.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice setup. Ooh, a little bit tight together. Adjust spacing.
This is...
Well, he's kind of in a similar situation that he was before. So that arc fireball they just did there, you can sprint under that really safely right into the shadow.
Yeah.
Here he's going to bring him down the alleyway, and he's going to aggro an attack to sprint by to gain ground.
Oh my god, all types of fireballs right on him at the same time, but he's fine. Oh man. If that were Dark Souls 2, he would have been dead 2 times over.
Ooh, that was a little close.
Okay, that looked less scary there. Still lots
It's
of
tough to keep an eye on the shadow behind you while you're fighting the one in front of you without whiffing, because you have to kind of walk forward and hit them.
Especially when they spread a little bit. Hey, Woody made a good decision there. He looped around counterclockwise to try to get into a better path there. They were splitting up a little bit too much.
One of the worst things that can happen is when you get the fireball guy to do his Conatrus attack when you're kind of going in for a melee.
GG for Faraz. Faraz is on fire, man.
Nice fight.
Okay. Hey, Woody's gonna... No, he didn't go in for the visceral, which is a good move there. Oh.
So the visceral damage is kind of delayed, so sometimes if you go for the visceral for the transform, the other two will transform during the visceral.
Yeah.
So which is a little scary. So he'll do a parry to get the double damage on the parried state with the R1, finish him off quick enough.
Yep. And it's GG for K-Dub as well. Team Hunter's Dream, man. Kicking ass. At least on Bloodborne. All right.
Squilla's, he got a decently early transform, I'm assuming here, because that other shadow had a lot of health.
Oh, he just took a fireball hit. Oh no. Okay.
Okay, so one there.
All right.
He was in a bad spot though, right there. The arc fireballs came while he was point blank to that shadow, so you can't go under them or really away. So he kind of just started dodging in different directions to.
Yeah.
But he made out well though.
Well, we're getting closer on the team hit counts now. We're 10-8. Team Patches benefiting hugely from the 0 hit run from odds.
If the frame rate is a little odd on Squill's end, he's had some issues with his capture card.
Yeah, I can see.
The last few days, and he's not really sure what's going on with it.
I can see that. Hopefully,
Because he wasn't dropping frames in OBS. It was literally the capture card
being wonky.
or OBS itself kind of freezing up. Yeah, I've had it happen a few times, but not very often. But it could be a setting issue, so something's just not running.
Yep. So we got like phase 1A here of
Good.
ROM.
Thank you, Wolfie.
Just gonna kill some spiders before we do the setup.
Indeed. We got a clip for that squill hit as well if we need to check that out.
Yeah, that'd be good to look at. Well, just for fun, because we're sadists here. Look at that hit. So exciting. Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, it's kind of like scoring a point, in a regular sports event, right? Except it's like anti-points.
Right.
We got double ROM too.
That's a
Man.
bright screen.
Yeah. These Hunter Stream boys are
Gonna have triple ROM here shortly. What's interesting also is not everybody does it because I mean some runners know about it, some don't. But the NPC that sits there in the chair, when you run by him, you can spam X to talk to him quickly as you drop in, and you get 2 free insight just for the conversation.
Yep. Still got 0 hits on the left side and on the bottom. Only got 2 hits.
Yeah, and they've made a good
Squilla.
dent in the run so far, really. I mean, there's a lot left, but
Yeah.
what they've done so far is a pretty major piece of where people get hit.
On the 80%, they're well on their way. But yeah, there's quite a bit of content left. These guys are able to finish the 80% run. These 3 that are on ROM right now in, 50 minutes, sometimes less or so. So it's pretty fast actually. When we did the last tournament run, it was like, okay, I guess Bloodborne's done already. It was like so
It's
so
pretty optimized.
speedy. Yeah. All right, so yeah, phase 1A, I will call it, just killing the little boys. Now, Faraz is on 1B. He's gonna punch and build up that beast meter, try to 1 cycle.
I'm curious how Squills is going to go with the 1 cycle attempt. His stats were for what he was practicing weren't quite lining up where he needed to get the 1 cycle, so he was leaving Rom with a little chunk of health.
Yeah.
Depending on if the transform hit the head or not, it was either a little bit sliver or a lot.
Faraz messed up.
He should probably mark out that one. I mean, he can go for the mollies, but that's a decent chunk of health right there.
It's hard to see because he has his items
Yeah, he's got the little thing.
covered.
I think he's got 7 beast blood pellets there, but he's got to toggle the.
He's not going to mollies yet. Is he going to go for the spiders? I don't know. I like that idea.
It's possible. It's possible. He might take his time and do all the
Or
spiders.
is he going to
He's
YOLO?
Probably
Just going to
waiting.
go in for it.
Ooh, that's scary if he does. That's a lot of health to
if
take
you're
off
at-
without getting the flop attack.
If you're at 0 hits, you don't YOLO. Like,
No, not so much. Not with that much health. If it was 1 or 2 hits, it's fine because you can kill Rom before the
yeah.
bounty attack happens.
So we see the same thing happening to Squilla as well, but you already predicted that based on his stats.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure K-Dub will probably get the 1 cycle. He's pretty consistent with it. He runs a 25 strength, 23 skill setup, if I recall.
He's our only hope for the 1 cycle show.
Yep. And then Colmer will, I want to say like 99.99% get the 1 cycle because he
Mm-hmm.
levels up enough where he can use a little less damage up front, but he makes it up in the back end of the combo.
Mm-hmm.
AJ White. So the Beast Blood pellet meter increases your damage. When it's full, you get 70% more damage output, and your defense is reduced by 80%.
Yeah, but since you're not trying to get hit, minus defense ain't
Doesn't
no
matter.
thing.
Correct. Right.
Yep.
So they set it up so they can 1 cycle ROM with that bonus damage output. So the pellet meter is super required for this strategy to work.
It's interesting. It's probably on the margin most of the time, but on a hitless run, the worst thing you can have sometimes on a boss is like a chain hit. And, it'd be interesting to see the math on if the beast meter saved you from taking a chain attack every once in a while, right? So it's just like an instant kill versus a chain death, which is like the worst thing that
Interesting.
you
I think he
that you
missed
could see.
attack there. Let's see here. Oh, he got the hop back, so it saved him. He should be able to still get the 1 cycle. Then, no problem. Yep.
There we go. All right. Well, we got 1 ROM down, and he was. Yeah. All right.
Ooh, those meteors are close to Faraz there. That was a little tight.
Yep.
The scary thing about fighting this phase like this is with those meteors, if you get bad RNG, Rom can do that multiple times in a row back to back, and you only have so much stamina, and you have to sprint them because you can't really outwalk them. So if you get some meteors back to back, you're going to run out of stamina and you're just going to die.
Yep. Well, we've got
I think something impressive to say about K-Dub's speed right now is he is the only one that had a Gascoigne reset, and he is now ahead of the entire group.
Yeah, he's just fast,
Very
man.
fast. Very fast. I think he has a lot of BL4 speedrun experience, so I think that helps him cruise through safely at a fast pace.
Yep. Well, kind of at a standstill here with Rom. Both in the upper right and the lower left. Squill and Faraz are not setting any ROM records, but that's okay. As long as you come out with that 0. Still don't think I know how many mollies Faraz has, so Squill of course has 4.
He hasn't showed us yet. This is still scary with the ROM situation.
Yeah.
The spiders killed. Like if you want it to be guaranteed safe, you can only hit ROM once per opening, and then you have to let ROM do an attack and then go back in and do 1 hit and then go back out.
Yeah. Oh man. Colmer's got to get through Shadow still though. Still got a lot of action going on.
But on the plus side, it does allow him to maintain closer to the other 2 runners there. So K-Dub is just kind of cruising along, so he'll be out in front of him, But
yeah, he's gonna be jumping on that plane soon. He'll be like, all right, guys, later.
So what K-Dub's going to do now for his route is he's going to go to Upper Cathedral after he gets the key here, because the way his route's set up is he only has one blue elixir right now. Yargle, he wouldn't have to go to Upper Cathedral, and his strat requires it. So he'll go to Upper Cathedral, he'll get the badge so he can buy the blue elixirs, then he'll continue on through Yargle.
Nice. All right, well.
Whereas some runners will go to Upper Cathedral a little later. It just depends on how they use the elixirs on the way.
Yeah, there's a little variation there. There isn't much in the way of that in terms of the any percent run. Most of these guys kind of do their own thing. Colmer, of course, has a little... Well, I don't know if Colmer does the any percent differently, if he comes in with stronger levels as well.
Yeah, he's very leveled at this point.
All right. I think over time, he may even dial back a little bit of that. I'm not sure.
His route, he primarily levels pretty heavy start to finish. He ends up, I think, like 20 to 30 levels higher than everybody else.
Yeah, Viking came in with that, I think, originally as well. Donnie, I think, had a few more. We had kind of 2 camps. We had like the super speedy boys, and then we had everybody else that was taking a little bit more time.
Right.
I guess we'll see where it goes.
Still working away here, and Squill is still working away as well.
Yeah.
So well, it depends on what you want to do. So for me personally, I used to go for the 1 cycle regularly like that. And I found that if I actually went to right after Shadows, if I went to the Dream, I grabbed a few extra levels. Instead of the dodge forward L1 at the beginning of the combo, I can do an R1 L1, so it reduces the damage just enough to not get an early portal. But then I'd have an extra enough bonus damage that I would always get the 1 cycle no matter what, even if the transform at the end landed on the head.
Yeah.
It's about an extra minute and a half in game time to do it, but then if this doesn't happen, you still save. They've been kind of grinding a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, I think Squilla and Faraz were kind of the first backup boys, as Coin I termed back several tournaments ago, and you can see the evidence of that here. They have backup strats, whereas others will
For sure
bone out if it doesn't work out. These guys know how to do it. Hard mode. It's less consistent. It's not what you want, but I like their competitive spirit and the way they
have a good
going.
show as well. You get to see more strategy. You get to see more boss phases. So
yep. We're almost done with little spiders now for Faraz. So
okay, so K-Dub is now in the Upper Cathedral. He's going to wait over here for these 2 enemies on the bridge to walk across. He's going to use his elixir and then kind of cruise on by.
Yeah. First time seeing the Upper Cathedral in a tournament run.
Yeah, that's true.
Much excite. I think I'm looking forward to Abritas the most. I think she's the flashiest.
Breedis is cool. I mean, it is a little bit of a shame that in the no hits she's dead in like
Yeah.
6 seconds or something. But
You just gotta close your eyes for a second, Yeah, she's.
Whereas I'm not quite as good at the rapid strat for her, honestly. Like I'll miss a shot or something. I'm better at no hitting her, fighting her normally, whereas I kind of like bait the head slams and whatnot. So that's something I've got to learn for the upcoming tournaments to be a little quicker. But
Yeah, Roz keeps getting damage in on that face mask, which is not optimal. But
that little hoppy thing that Rom does is really scary. And what's also really scary is if you get a poise break on Rom at the end, she can instantly do an attack out of the poise break as soon as your cleaver touches her. So you just get crushed and there's nothing you can do. You can't.
Yeah.
The animation is still ongoing.
Doing the tantrum again on Faraz. Almost done here. Ooh, that was definitely dodged. He saw it. He was waiting for it. Keeps getting that face mask damage. And Squilla almost was rolled on.
Yeah, that roll is interesting because when Rom rolls upside down, there's no hitbox on Rom itself. It just has the meteor, so you can run in and spam as long as you don't get that poise break on Rom, because then Rom will instantly do the floppy.
Just got destroyed.
Way there. I'm not sure why he dodged away. I think he expected the maybe a floppy attack, but he had more time. He could have stayed tight in there.
Well, we are evening out on scores, guys.
Really got close there too, man. That was right at the end. That's a shame.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I misread the attack, I see.
That
happens. That happens to all of us.
Well,
Phil wants it to be 10-10.
Yeah, he's doing
Call
a good...
me the tie maker.
He's keeping it interesting. I like where his head's at. All right. Frost is done. Hey, Whitty's done and then some.
This strat here is interesting to get the key without going down and around and stuff. And if you do it wrong, the bad thing is that the brain sucker will back up too far, and you can't even hit the brain sucker with the cane. So you have to mark out and do it again.
Not
time or two.
Fun at all. All right, Skull is going to go back in. Maybe you'll get the one cycle this time.
Hopefully, yeah. His strats are really like his stats are so close to the potential that if that L1 at the end doesn't hit perfectly, it's really right there.
Sobaka Black coming in with the bits. Thank you, man. Keeping it interesting. Indeed, they are. Do not forget, guys, we are doing a charity tournament today. So
close for Colmer.
Any support through this channel goes straight to a children's charity of the winning team's choice, including the Quip brushes that you can buy with exclamation Quip, QUIP. You get something free, get to help out charity, support the tournament. It's win-win.
You're patient. Oh yeah, Colmer. One of Colmer's biggest skills is his patience. Honestly, I don't have that level of patience. Like I can do a really long fight, but I still have to be kind of aggressive as possible, or it bugs me a little bit. Get good at being fast, or it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, you just get kind of impatient, and then that kind of breeds anxiety, and then you're just kind of like thinking about all the things that could happen, and why is it still going on, and just end it already. Yep. And then there's even physical effects, right? Just like being
for sure. When I was doing the God of War challenge run, I did the newer God of War level 1 Kratos max difficulty, no quick step, no roll, no runic, all that nonsense. And one of the fights with one of the Valkyries was like 20-25 minute long fight, and if I get hit, I died. And in the last minute of the fight, I could feel my heart pumping, in my brain. It was pretty bad.
No, it's like I've joked about it before. It's like doing Monster Hunter no hit, Some of those fights are 20-30 minutes plus.
Right, right. He got the snakes, got to bail out.
Oh, and he just got hit by it too. Oh, I hope he can finish this fight now.
Yeah, he'll be okay to finish the fight, but that does suck. That barely clipped him. Double snakes.
No, this is
no. You're going the wrong direction. Dodge roll, nice dodge roll. You're the man.
Oh, nice recovery, but God, that was not what he wanted. Well, we're tied up now with the teams. Jesus, Colmer, keeping it interesting as well.
He thought he was. He was so close to being outside the range. It barely snipped him. That snake had no more range to go. He was 6 inches inside the hitbox.
Oh boy. Well, Odds is like, hey guys, I came in with a 0. What are you doing to my score? Oh. It's how it goes. And Squilla apparently got hit again. Do we have a clip of that?
Didn't see it. I was watching Colmer. I don't know. That's on your side of the screen. I don't know.
Well, I know all the action. Oh, nice, man. No, I blamed Faraz earlier too. No, that's fair. Well, I was just so shocked by the Colmer thing.
Yeah, that was honestly. I would have assumed his placement was good there too. It was
he got
that close to being
jump. He got a jump attack from a spider. So okay, well, we had a tie.
You guys for the clips, by the way. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, chat. We'll throw that up on there too, so you guys can see. Can all watch together. Oh, Michael Jordan spider. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, that is one of the risks of the Molotov.
Yep. Locks you into that animation and boom.
And it's a pretty slow animation compared to the pace of the game.
Too. He had almost finished him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with his stats. They're so close. Like that final L1, it could either hit Rom's head or it can hit the body. And if it hits the head, it almost nullifies it. You only get like 10% to swing through.
Yeah. Squall got another one. Man. Well, he was almost at the max.
What, just hit him on that next hit there?
Yeah. He had a gunshot that time.
Oh.
Going through Yarnum. Shot him in the back. We have a clip of that? God, we just need to clip everything right now. See, this is what happens. Oh, you're right. Chat reminded me we're not at the max. I upped it to 10 for Bloodborne.
I mean, it's justified though. So.
Oh yeah. Thanks, chat, for the reminder of my own rules.
Just keeping you on your toes, you know.
Oh man, yeah. It's fun to do these, but
the Faraz is doing the early parl here.
Yeah.
Which is it's really safe, honestly, to use a speedrun strat, because that's, they do really parl in the speedrun, they pretty much never get hit, and it allows you to get the additional bull paper early if you need to. So
yeah,
a little earlier on. Did that one transform whiff though?
Yeah,
I think he whiffed one transform, so he might have a slipper at the end here. Oh, he's still okay.
Ooh, yeah, he's dead. Okay, Parl's down. Well,
good team. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bud.
Hey, we try to pair up.
Oh,
only the
we got a
best
death
guys.
on Squilla's end here.
Okay. I don't even know if we can handle that many clips. We'd have to have like a death reel. We have to have like
terrible.
Like a music video remix.
I'd like to see what happened there. Honestly, I didn't catch. I saw the end of it, but I didn't see like what caused it to happen.
I need to stop looking at what Faraz does. He was just finishing off Parl and.
Chat, out of curiosity, if you guys know, did Squilla spend his echoes after Rom, or was he still holding on to those that he just lost?
Ooh, that's an interesting point.
That'll be a big change in the outcome.
We've seen that happen before as well. Lost echoes, holding on to them.
It's rough. Just holding on to them, Eden. Ooh.
Well,
and he couldn't recover them. Major amount of levels right there.
Well, I found the Mogan Kai of the Bloodborne match. His name is Squilla, so I have to. I can't miss anymore. Oh Lord. Poor Mog too. He was doing great. There's so many things. He had some really unlucky RNG. A few mistakes here and there, but overall a very good run. Squill, I think, this is a little bit of a D-rust, I think, and it's just the timing with the holidays is what it was. So, but for the next,
I'm going with the faster Wonderborn strat. Nice.
Yeah. Of course.
If you do it just right, you don't have to backtrack at all, which is nice. That's something I really push to implement because the backtrack is safe.
Yeah.
Melee because of how long you're up top. if Wonderborn decides to get angry. And some people's like one-hit PBs, like Susie had a one-hit PB for a while because of that particular melee. So the no
another
backpack
hit,
strat.
2 hits up top. Squilla got destroyed by a werewolf.
How was he grabbing? Wait,
He got
the gem there?
ooh, man. I'm not sure if Colmer's going to be picking the charity today, but we'll see. Oh Lord! All right.
So we have
Hey,
Kate
guys.
up here doing the Wonderborn strat, which is just a circular stun lock. So the Wonderborn has multiple stun.
Yeah.
All 4 limbs, the head area and the butt-esque area, are all staggerable. So if you have acceptable damage, the boss will be dead by the time you complete that.
All right. Squilla, is that
The limit was like 6, right? I'm at 7
10
right
for
now.
it's 10 for Bloodborne.
It's 10 for Bloodborne. You technically have 2 to burn.
Okay. Well, oh wait, so I'm at 8. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, I think that was two hits from the wolf there.
All right, we'll try to get 2 more, I guess. Then.
I'm
Or
sorry,
not get 2
man.
more, Kevin. It's okay. I just wish I hadn't practiced before this because I wasted 2 hours for nothing. Because I already completed a run before the stream started. That was really good. So
It was a good run.
yeah, I had 3 for everything before I started.
Oh God, I'm sorry, man.
It's
We're gonna have
okay. It doesn't matter.
another bigger one next month, though, and I know
Yeah,
you're.
there's always got to be the person that gets cucked, pretty much. So it's fine.
You had to take your turn.
I
Faraz
had to take my turn.
got destroyed at the last tourney, so yeah, it's
All right.
it's fair, man. All right, well, good luck, dude.
Thank you.
Squill's gonna go in there and I fell off the ledge twice. That's weird. Run down.
Super YOLO route.
Oh God. Well, started with
See, Faraz just got the melee right there. Let's see if he's gonna dodge it. Okay, I think he's okay. Just watch out for the blood splatter after the melee.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's the exact reason that's kind of scary. Ooh, the blood splatter almost got him right there. He didn't even notice it. He was looking at chat. You could tell his eyes weren't looking at the screen as it landed behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to remind chat that Squilla's set multiple world records. He's won multiple tournaments. This is uncharacteristic, but anyone has a bad day. That's just the name of the game, unfortunately. Yeah, and like we said earlier, if we could get these runs down to 20 or 30 minutes, we could do like multiple matches, but it's just impossible. So
Unless run before, yeah.
Unless Lethal, you can come up with a 30-minute no-hit run. And then
I mean, my fastest any percent was 44 minutes, but that was really pushing.
Just got to shave off 14 minutes, man.
Right, I just got to get world record glitchless time by 2 minutes, and it's totally fine.
No big deal, and then we can just smooth out all this RNG. Oh God, Squill is not having a good time here with this wolf who's got echoes.
Well, see, he's trying to recover those echoes, but he lost them previously anyhow. I wouldn't even bother. I think I'm not sure if he realizes that he lost his echoes on the previous death.
I think he knows now. He's getting out. Faraz and K Witty though, man, they're
Squilla tilty tilts.
They're doing awesome. Faraz needs this too. He's had a few rough runs, and this is his favorite game of all 5. So he was motivated. He's been practicing a lot for this. You could see it right now. K-Dub, same thing.
Yeah, Faraz was doing runs like every stream for the first chunk of his stream, and then he was playing Smash for the remainder.
Yep, Smash for fun.
We're joking, saying it was a secret way to bring everybody into the Smash, viewership. Like, hey, this is Bloodborne. Wait, what is going on?
Well, we've had discussions along those lines, maybe. Yeah, I mean, like, there will be hitless tournaments or challenge run tournaments in other games. I guarantee you guys, because Souls and Bloodborne can't go on forever. Like, it'll
right,
always...
and the concept of it is so great that you can apply it to so many other skill-based games.
Yeah, I mean, Sekiro, obviously, if we can make it work, obviously would be an easy shoe-in kind of thing.
And even so, if there's issues where you're required to get hit here or there, we can make specific rules for that game to...
Yep. And even if it's a different challenge that has the same level of complexity and skill required, like it doesn't have to be hitless per se. It just has to be very challenging, right? And if we can get it in a shorter game too, God, that would be amazing.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Can we get a clip on that? But so they why did it aggro so early though? Was he sprinting before he got up close enough to realistically throw the punji? But that was it looked like it aggroed really early relative to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen it aggro that he wasn't even up, because he did a huge leap. Yeah, usually, so that leap is really scary, but usually when I throw that punji, I go up past where he just died, and he still doesn't aggro. I don't know if he sprinted too far maybe to get a further aggro than he should have got. So there's like a rock right here on the right. See about 3 feet in front of him, this rock right here. Right there is where you want to throw your punji, right where he's standing, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, he does go a little. Oh, he's going to do the backstab visceral technique now because he doesn't have another option.
He's going to get.
It's not going to be enough to kill him, is it?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's down.
Let me see this clip, actually. I want to see this.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on stream. Thank you guys in chat who've been helping out with the clips today. You guys are legends, all of you.
If you want to throw that one on the center screen, I'll check that out. I'm kinda interested.
See the pungent, and then he just jumps on him and just going to leave it up for another cycle.
Yeah, like that's really far behind where...
Yeah.
That's odd. I don't know.
Agreed. That's a Superman jump there.
Yeah, well, it's just how soon did he...
Look at that.
Oh, so he aggroed him, then he came this way. I see. So he must have went slightly too far and aggroed, then sprinted away. If you look at the beginning of the clip...
Yeah.
So the aggro must have already occurred. I missed the aggro, so he must have went too far at first and didn't realize it.
Just to clarify, too, in the bottom left, of course, when you go through this section, you cannot stop Frenzy from building up. That is not a hit unless Frenzy actually procs. That's how we score that.
Right.
So I think people know that by now, but in case they're like, oh, there's these weird blood blades coming out of Faraz, he's being annihilated. No, it's fine. It's fine. Unless he gets a full build up. All right, well. K-Dub's
still just cruising along.
K-Dub's our only hope, man.
And you notice K-Dub doesn't use splits because he's like, I just don't get hit. So
Hots does the same thing, man. Maybe there's but K-Dub does put hits up on the screen.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Hots is just completely vanilla, nothing up, unless something goes wrong, and then he's like, all right, fine, I'll put 2 up there.
Yeah, great when K-Dub was running the All Boss plus DLC because everybody's like, "Where's the splits?" He's like, "Man, if I get hit, we're gonna reset. We're not having splits."
Right. I mean, that's the run, right? You got to get it.
Right. He's like, it's either the run or not the run, so we're gonna keep grinding until it's the run.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you get to like that one hit PV. It's like, all right, well, not much else to do, but
Track where to go. Nice.
Yep. All right, we're going into Miko.
I do the same, McDrunkard, man. I'll forget what I'm doing and just miss like a boss or something.
All right, we got... So, Miko's been a little bit of a challenge for K-Dub at different points when he's missed the jump down in the second phase. So, hopefully that goes smoothly for him. That's the only hiccup I've seen.
An interesting boss, for sure.
Yeah.
Recently discovered how to know. Oh, double skeletons. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Did you see the expression on his face for a second there?
Yeah. Luckily, they were within the hitbox, huh?
I recently discovered how to no-roll the Call Beyond, which is pretty cool.
Oh, God. That is a wild attack, man.
It is really scary.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. I don't know about that.
Line up. Oh, it didn't line up. Oh, he's so lucky that an auger didn't happen during that charge R2 whiff there.
Yeah.
Just tanked it, and it would have killed him based on that much pellet meter.
Oh, man.
It was definitely that was a lucky result on his end right there because that was a really bad situation.
Lemon, thank you, man. I have missed all of you guys in chat, too. It's been almost 2 months since the last tournament, which feels weird to go that long without doing this. I wish we could do more, but we do as many as we can, and we have a great time each time. So thank you all for being here. Being such cool people. Joe with the resub. Back-to-back 2 months. Ah, blood. Joe, thank you, man. And Backflipius also gave 200 bits. He said, technically, you did double Otstarva's hits, so I'm doubling my donation. Oh, Lord. Okay. Perfect.
For the plunge.
Plunge the plank.
Did he get it? He did. Nice.
All right.
When you hit him with that first charge R2, he won't respond until the second charge R2, so it gives you another free hit before the combo, which is nice.
K-Dub's happy with that. We got Colmer here, still trucking along at 1 hit. He's a little bit slower, but he's making his way through the game and pretty damn consistent so far.
Oh, so that's why. Okay, thank you for that clip. So that's why Faraaz got hit there, was because he tried to go for the backstab visceral on the first attempt and he missed the backstab. Interesting.
Little pixel off, and that's a hit. Yeah, it's amazing the level of precision you have to have sometimes. I mean, I would say the combat in Dark Souls isn't like over the top advanced, but there's the hitboxes and the stagger mechanics. All of that collectively adds to a pretty complex game when you're playing it hitless.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm slightly behind. Whereabouts are they on your end, just so I can see if I'm slightly behind you?
Yeah, Squilla just landed in the cage. He just walked out.
Okay, yes, I'm behind by about 3 seconds.
I'll try not to spoil it too much with a bunch of nerd screams if something crazy happens.
And before, oh no!
Oh my god, you can't. Oh, never mind.
Why is Cinder here? What?
Yeah. Oh man, Soul of Cinder and Bloodborne. That would be
How
interesting.
fast he would be?
God, he'd be crazy, dude. I would take him instead of. I'm trying to think what's a throwaway boss in Bloodborne.
Cyrus.
No, in Bloodborne.
Oh, in Bloodborne, what's a throwaway boss?
Yeah. There aren't really.
They're all pretty decent, I think. I mean, there's not one I really hate.
I mean, they're like in Dark Souls 1 through 3. There's plenty of bosses that you could throw out of the game for someone better, you know.
Yeah.
But there really aren't filler bosses in this game. Like they literally.
Witches? I mean, that's an interesting one. Yeah, potentially witches. That's not a bad.
Celestial emissaries. Yeah.
Goobers.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably the closest. I mean, Miko's kind of annoying, but he's not a throwaway. He's got a lot of cool mechanics to him.
Yeah, I really enjoy Miko. A lot of people hate him, but I think there's a lot of spacing requirement there that kind of makes him cool.
Oh, Lord. Going by the singing ladies. Gotta have that potion to get by there. That is a scary bridge if you do it YOLO style.
Out of curiosity, if I take a 30-second bathroom break, will you be able to keep up?
I will still be here, man.
All right, I will return in 30
Everybody
seconds.
wish Lethal a very productive and safe bathroom trip.
I'll bring it back, everybody.
Okay. Oh man, I'm like a not like a camel, I guess. I mean, a camel stores water, but like I can sit here the whole time for an entire match without leaving for even a minute, guys. That is my skill. All right, we're coming into Miko here in the upper right as well. Squilla hopefully coming in under the max hit count. Obviously, there's some tilt that's happened. A little bit of rust falling off. But I think he can probably pull this back together. K-Dub's giving us the 2 thumbs up. I don't know what for, but very exciting stuff. All right. And Colmer is making his way as well. Haven't seen him on a boss in a while. I think we're going to see it soon. And we got Faraaz making his way as well. So we got a lot of running. We got the focus here up. Squilla in the upper right. Seeing how his phase 1 Mikolash fight goes. So far, he's getting in there, getting those good hits. Sidestepping.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about
That's
that.
a GG on phase 1. Welcome back, Lethal. There were 15 hits that happened while you were gone.
A bad 30 seconds.
I know. Rapid fire. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, and Bloodborne actually, of all the tournaments we've done, Bloodborne's had the single highest hit counts. we had somebody won English, please. We had somebody win a match with 16 hits in Bloodborne 80%.
Yeah. It is crazy, like how bad things can go if you get hit by
30
one thing.
or so. Yeah, it was like, Vicar, Amelia, Bloodstar Beast kind of stuff, which happens, right? So I think the mercy rule in this game definitely makes a shit ton of sense, but obviously in Dark Souls 2, it was...
Squill's not going to get that.
No. So...
It's okay, it's nice to see it, to fight him here in this phase. It's nice to see the attacks, the punches and stuff.
This is the way Viking did it in his last match, and he made it out okay.
The augers, after it goes off, it has no hitbox. It's only on the front of it when it goes off. So you can actually walk right through it after it's fully extended out there, as long as you don't get hit by the front of it.
Well, Viking was able to use his magic trick to get through that in the last tournament, and Squilla got out okay as well. So if this were an any percent run, like, these guys would be almost wrapping up, ready to go.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of work to do.
with low counts as well. So
yeah. All right, you got K-Dub coming in to nurse, which would ordinarily be the last boss. So as long as he gets the nightmare cancel.
Oh, I would be more shocked than not if he didn't get the cancel. So
he's one of the few that's missed it, and it was just a bad situation. I don't think it would happen again. I just have all these memories of all these little tiny things that have happened to each runner, and that's been his only thing that it's stuck with him, I think.
Yeah.
But we have no
Aggressive,
baseline for the all boss content. Like, I have no clue, other than watching their regular practice runs. Like, what's going to be the trend here? Squilla doing okay up there, almost at nurse himself. Okay, getting the wind up.
Colmer's in the zone though, man. He's doing his thing, taking his time. It's a nice run so far.
No, he's doing fine, dude. Ooh, okay, that was a little bit sketchy. The main thing for Faraz is the instant lawnmower. That's his bane. All right, almost done here. Jeez, just die, nurse. Spin around, and that's a GG. So that is an any percent
Nice.
run completion, 0 hits.
But he's already got his upper cathedral prepped, so he can go right up there. Whenever
he's done a little bit of extra work. But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah, I'm hoping at some point. I don't know how feasible it'll be because of the length of the run and all the crazy bosses, but it would be cool sometime to see like a small format all boss plus DLC. Like, chat really would love to see the DLC bosses.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool for sure. I don't think DLC adds a really huge amount of time, really. I mean, because it's you already have all your levels pretty much. You got your weapon at plus down. You kind of sprint through boss to boss.
Yeah, and the areas are pretty connected, pretty simple to get through. So
yeah, it's probably around a half-hour edition, give or take.
It's just more the challenge of doing it on demand, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's not a lot of runners that can consistently.
There's not a runners that have done it. How many do you think we're up to right now?
I'm pretty sure we got Squilla, K-Dub, and Faraz have done it.
All right, we got 3 runners.
Yeah, we got them. That's yeah.
I mean, that's always fun to watch too. I mean, like, but it's just something chat always asks about. I knew I'd get a little bit like, what? There's no DLC today. It's not all bosses. Like, I know. That's why we say all bosses minus DLC.
Oh, very true. Very true. Donnie did do it as well.
Donnie, really that's right. We were trying to get Donnie in to run Bloodborne in this tournament. We needed somebody for Dark Souls 2, which is why we put him on that. But also, he had somewhere to go tonight, so he wasn't going to be able to make this match anyway, unfortunately.
No thick boy Donnie?
No thick boy Donnie.
MMTV. Goes on Ghost did as well, right, Crow? So we might actually have might have 6 to 7 runners.
That's really all you need, to be honest. You could do like a round robin, 5 or 6 people, and it works out great. Get a couple matches in, final scoring. What would be nice though in that kind of thing is to space it out a little bit over a couple days maybe and have multiple runs, because it's just the kind of thing where if you have one match and you're out, it just doesn't, I don't know, not as exciting. All right, Faraz here having fun. Miko phase. Ooh, got a little stuck there on the back wall.
It's a little scary when he's against the wall, not in between, because he can dodge backwards and get iframes and then go into an insta auger.
Yeah, got through phase 1 fine though. Hey, Witty, man, he's
Cruising.
yeah.
But I mean, he did recently just get his all content no hit not that long ago, and he was boss like every day almost, and
Yeah.
multiple any percents every day. So he's got it fresh in the mind,
Yeah.
and his consistency is pretty insane to begin with.
Yeah. Well, hey. And we're going into Celestial Emissary, one of the only throwaway bosses in Bloodborne, as we already determined. You know, I feel like this should be a mini boss, right? Like an unnamed.
I like the dungeon version of it because it doesn't have the summons; it's just the big boss, and he starts big. So you actually have to learn like the attacks of the big boss. But like this, you pretty much melt him, and then there's just no big boss. So
yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the Chalice dungeons. There are so many good bosses tucked away in there, like hidden behind this grinding that a lot of people don't like to do. But
Aberrant and Watchdog, I really enjoy.
Oh god, there's great bosses there, man. Amazing stuff. Even the 3 fat guys, they're not that bad. All right.
What he does here for this strat setup, which is a GG, the two goobers usually stay with the boss. So like the protectors, they'll stay front line. So he can lead all the other ones away except for those 2. Yep. So he just uses those 2 as he kills them to build up his pellet a little bit and get set up. Once the main goober gets to around half health, it'll go into, well, a little over. It'll go into a transform state to become a giant goober.
Yep.
That was that, and then finish him before the transformation even occurs.
Yeah.
That was interesting. That was kind of scary, actually.
Uh-huh.
Get the kill, please.
Yeah, just end him. Okay.
Yeah. He dodged backwards iframe in the second swipe. It was interesting.
Oh, he just got hit through the wall.
Oh, he did.
K-Dub just got hit through the wall. He was using the transform attack to try to stay out of the way.
I don't kill him through the wall there myself. I mean, not that I thought it was a problem, but that's interesting.
Well, there will be.
Looks pretty sad adding that 1 hit there.
0 hit runs in Bloodborne. Honestly, I did not expect it at all, given the amount of bosses and content we're going through here. I think Gino's probably the only person who's gone 0 in additional boss content tournament runs. Like
Gino is a machine.
He is though. He's not even.
He's
real.
Legitimately a machine.
All right, we got a Breedis. We got an alien dragon that's probably gonna die really quickly, but guess we're about to find out.
All right, so right here we're doing prep damage because there's no boss health bar, but you can still get staggers. You can actually stagger the boss completely for like a whole long time before the health bar is there.
It's wild. Ooh. Yeah, the turnaround.
See, he's probably gonna get hit here. So what he did there was he got the staggers before the health bar showed up, like I was saying. If he gets lucky, he'll make it out, but now he wasted some of his staggers without doing damage to the boss. So let's watch his health bar here to make sure there's no pings from the AoE.
His health bar is covered.
Ooh.
His health bar.
I don't know.
Game Sharks.
He's following over there. That was a setup. You guys are, strategic follows. His health bar is definitely a little lower than it was by the looks of it. I think he got a ping or 2, but I'm not sure. To ask him, I don't know.
He looks satisfied with the result.
Tactical sub, exactly. I'm not sure, honestly. It's tough because he did get a couple staggers. So somebody have to clip it like before and after that sub alert showed up to see if his health bar dropped at all.
Yeah.
But if he didn't, that's great because getting those limb breaks before the health bar shows up is really scary because now you don't have access to them after the health bar's there.
Yeah. It is always nice to share your new sub.
Oh yeah, he would definitely be honest.
Dead too. Chat. Just wait till the boss is dead. I actually did that on accident to Donnie during a tournament qualifier. I I was on audio only because I didn't have the bandwidth to watch video, and I was just kind of seeing how he's doing audio-wise. And he said GG on One Reborn, but he had not actually killed the boss yet. So I hit the share resub, and
I see.
he died right after that.
That's rough.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's the kind of thing you
Look like I got the Ori off? Nice. Okay, so he did okay then.
All right, good. Well, still
Taking chat's word for it. So
Yeah,
that's all I got to.
Hey, we're raising money for charity today. We're not freaking out over things, but we do want to call it as correctly as possible.
Take a peek at this clip here.
Yeah. Lethal, I will let you be the adjudicator. I mean, as it stands, it's still pretty close though for the teams. 12 for Hunter Stream, 15 Squillakilla, Colmer on team patches.
Okay, one more time. I think he's good though, but we'll find out in 1 sec here.
Suspense, man. The suspense. All right, Squilla is done with the any percent portion as well.
He's good. I'm pretty sure he's good. I left the cursor on the health
All
bar
right.
to line it up before and after the notification, and I didn't see a drop.
You're the man, Lethal. So, all right.
Amount that I can't.
0 hits on Abritus.
Same, yeah, he's good. That was definitely close though. He must have been within a few seconds of the AoE.
All right. So what are we gonna see some Miko action up soon. The bottom right. K-Dub. So where's he gonna go next?
He's probably going for cleric.
Makes sense. Should be a pretty easy boss.
Right here, he's gonna grab a rune from Gilbert.
Yep. Thanks, Gilbert.
So he'll bring him to the fence here, and then he'll take him out with one molly. Yeah, visceral attack damage up 20%.
Yeah, that's a level 2 claw mark, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's 10, 20, 30.
It'd be interesting to see what you guys could do with all the runs if you had access to chalice gems and things like that, right? Because they have like so much powerful shit there.
Yeah, the potential gems in the chalices are pretty broken. Like you can get a BL4 up to like almost 1,000 damage with a gem setup and pellets going in paper.
Yeah, I mean you can actually do like an arcane build. Like there's actually like gems there, you know, like.
Oh yeah, you can do some crazy stuff. I have a BL4 with arcane gems on it, and it swings 420.
Yeah, 420. Okay. All right. Roz coming into nurse.
Yep.
Again, the instant lawnmower has been his.
The instant lawnmower is a little bit rough, and then the thing you want to look out for with nurse is if she staggers during your attack pattern, because then she can do an additional attack off of it instead of that jump away that she does.
Yeah.
So if you get that stagger, usually you want to bail out. Some people will continue to hit because they think it's more of an opening, but then she might go into lawnmower or insta spin or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. Doing the spin. Well, almost done here.
One more combo here should finish.
There you go. That's a 1 hit any percent for FaraazKhan as well. So
Nice. And Squill's making good headway here as well. He hasn't been hit since you hit that 8-hit point.
since the cluster that happened, yeah.
Right. Since the Reckoning, he's been doing rather well.
Yeah, he's pulled it together. So he's making use of those final 2 before he maxes out, and this is good. Hopefully, has a fun time with the face hugger through the door. Oh, speaking of having fun with the face hugger through the door.
Oh, that was really interesting. That kind of sucks, but that was it's an attack off that charge R2. That usually doesn't happen.
Ooh, all right. Well, I guess we
Anything
spoke
wrong
too
there?
soon, Lethal.
I guess so. He's getting some odd things occurring.
Yeah.
Or with the GG on the Miko.
Miko's down for Colmer.
One time I had a glitch when I killed Miko, and one of the skeletons didn't drop afterwards, so it did the cinematic, and then the skeleton was swinging at me after.
Went and tried to kill you. Oh man, it's not good at all. All right. Well, Squilla's got. You know what he says that I like his attitude about it. He's like, you know what? Sometimes today's just not your day for the run.
Yeah, man.
It's like
The game doesn't want you to win. You're
game
just not
doesn't
gonna
want
win.
you to win. Just give it up. Faraaz, of course, just walked by Patches, patron saint of the enemy team. Patches makes his appearance in every SoulsBorne game. I wonder if he will be in Sekiro. It's not SoulsBorne, but
I am kind of curious about that because it's a signature thing, but it is not SoulsBorne, so it's kind of a toss-up of what they might do there.
I say he should be in. You know,
It'd be kind of cool.
ninja Patches that kicks you off a ledge. You know,
Although if he is in it, then I'd feel bad for Hob because then all the viewers are going to say that it is SoulsBorne, but it's technically not. And then they're going to be like, why isn't he in the God Run? And he's like, it's not supposed to be. And then
well, he's got to get the God Run done before Sekiro, and then
there we go. Then it's okay.
it's fine.
That happened to Ghost the other day, Lau. That sucks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that goober is scary business.
yeah. There's
Imagine.
little tiny things. All right. All right. Well, we're about to see some bosses I have not seen before. Faraaz in particular. Moving to Amy. There's a lot of running happening right now. It's interesting how these runs will sometimes sync up on the bosses, and then other times, like right now, these guys are all running down different hallways. It's like, come on. Get in the boss fight, Colmer. He's almost there. Colmer had an amazing run in the last any% tournament. And then Wet Nurse just went on a string of hits, and it was hard to watch, man. I think he went in with like one
In a
hit.
combo with Wet Nurse, it's just you get hits till you die, doesn't it? I mean, even if you had twice as much health,
Yeah,
you're not going to survive the combo.
yeah. Bloodborne running sim. Yeah. Well, that's actually kind of the cool thing about doing it in a tournament, because you're watching more than one person at the same time. So, whereas the regular hitless run may have a lot of downtime in a certain segment, you're kind of like, all right, whatever. But you talk with Chad and you're keeping engaged with the discussion. But sometimes it's nice to have like,
I got poisoned, does it count? Not in this case because it was the area that poisoned, not a specific enemy. If it was an enemy procced poison, then it would count.
yeah, but it would be more the hit from the enemy, right? That we're counting. All right, so we're going into Amy now. Getting that brain power. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
this combo is always a... Oh, he whiffed. Oh, he saved it. He saved it.
You finished her. Okay. See that resub there? The guy waited to share his resub until the boss was dead. Well done.
Our viewer strats.
Oh, man. Speaking of that kind of stuff, Grawl coming in with the bits as well. Thank you very much for supporting charity, dude.
But yeah, the reason that poison question usually gets brought up is because BSB will poison you without hitting you just because of the aura effect. But that does count as a hit because it's boss related,
True.
enemy related.
True. Yeah, it's kind of the...
Yeah, like aura poison is kind of a weird concept, but...
Yeah, but you've got to count that. I mean, ordinarily especially in Souls 1 through 3, it's more like an enemy that has poison damage on their melee attack.
Right, that's why it makes it weird in Bloodborne being an area effect, but nonetheless, it's still boss controlled or enemy controlled.
It's
So
damage from an enemy, or so it's like, what are you going to say about it, right? Which makes her tough if things don't go according to plan.
oh yeah, or if you do something goofy like forget to put an armor piece on or something, you have way less poison resistance. It'll almost insta proc and you won't even realize it.
Yep. All right, going into Amy again. Squilla, right now in the upper right. Let's see if this goes.
Squilla's probably going to use his BL4 method for this, but he might use the newer methods. I'm not sure.
Squilla is a
He was
fan of doing
practicing it
that.
yesterday. Method's nice.
A lot of damage.
Okay, he wasn't quite sure of this strat until the other day. So
Okay.
okay,
Ooh.
scary. Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Sliver, the sliver.
The sliver, dude. Squilla got through there.
It was a little scary with that sliver.
Yeah. Hey. And we got a FaraazKhan chair stream. All right. His chair and mic look purple on my screen. He must have a purple light. Oh god. All right. Colmer's having some fun with the brain lady.
So this strat's actually really cool. This is a strat that I made for my runs. Now he does it without pellets because of his damage differences. I have to use a pellet. But the way it works is at the beginning of the run with all 3 Winter Lanterns, if you pop 1 pellet, combo to kill them and then pop a sedative before it procs. So that way you can potentially get really good gems because they can drop over 19% gems here.
Yep. Yeah, there's a little bit of RNG there. It kind of feels like the chalice is just a little bit.
Right. You kind of risk it for the gem, but you don't want to farm, so you kind of see what happens.
Yeah. If Bloodborne were on PC, I feel like there would be a way to set up like a boss rush or something that actually would be pretty fun to watch with the chalice bosses. You know.
For sure. He's going to go back, see if he got a good gem here. Oh, Pebbles. Bad drop.
Not possible because I don't think Bloodborne will ever be on PC, although I could be wrong.
I would agree. Sony probably wouldn't ever allow it to go elsewhere because they sell a lot of systems just because of Bloodborne.
Yep. It's one of the best games on the PS4, period.
For sure.
Some would argue the best.
The month it was free for PS Plus, that's arguably the best free PS Plus game we've had to date.
Ever. Yeah. Yeah, it's a system seller in of itself, so.
All right, Squilla is on the goobers now.
All right. Again, Colmer's not being hit by the frenzy, although he did have to chug their sedative so that he didn't actually get a frenzy proc, but he's good to go. Yeah, the big
Squilla does it a little different. He doesn't go for the backstab, and the reason is if you get the backstab a little late, you'll cancel the big phase, but the AoE will still go off. And if you miss it all together, then it's the AoE hit plus a spam hit. So he actually goes out and back in to be safer there.
Yeah. Well, K-Dub and Faraaz here are doing what I thought they probably would, man. They're showing off.
The dream team.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Puns intended, right?
Well, and they needed the Hunter's Dream needed a good showing here after dropping the last tournament, right? So, and Faraaz needed a redemption. He's got it. He's on front page today. I don't know if he still is, but regardless, this has been a good day for him.
So you'll see here, Squill's going to wait for the health bar to show up after that. Right there. See how we got the stagger as soon as the health bar showed up?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where you want to be. Whereas K-Dub got the early staggers and it wasted a few of the staggers. So the fact that he fixed it was pretty impressive.
Lethal, how consistent are you at dodging her charge attack?
I can no roll it 99% of the time.
Nice. That's
It's a really weird charge attack.
At first it is, right? It's really
she has
hard
a
to
hitbox
figure
on her
out.
body and then on her tentacle and it goes out wide.
Yeah. Luckily,
a long time
for these guys, we won't see that. Hopefully,
yeah. If we see that, then
really
something
bad.
went wrong.
Something's really gone wrong. We're going into Hemwick now. Looks like for K-Dub. All right. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Witches is a fight. Pretty by the book, or what do you think about it?
Which fight?
Witches.
Oh, Witches is a fight. Witches, they're interesting. I think they're a solid challenge on your higher new games for like a lower level character if you have insight. But other than that, I mean, there's not a lot to it. There's a few odd things that can happen. Like there's an AoE that goes off.
True.
A circle damage around him. What is cool though is if you hit a backstab just right as it goes off, it pushes you into the dead center of the AoE, which has no hitbox because that AoE can actually hit the other witch and itself. There's friendly fire base, it will hit the other witch. Like I've actually killed one witch with the other witch's AoE.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. And so the reason if you do the backstab just right is when you do a charge R2, it pushes you forward about 6 to 8 inches, sometimes a foot depending.
Yeah.
It'll actually push you into that safe zone if you do it just right, which looks really cool.
Oh man. That is a YouTube highlight moment there.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. So I mean, there's a lot that can go on in that fight, but otherwise it's pretty basic if you kind of know what you're doing.
Yep. And Geo coming in with the resub. Geo, welcome back, dude. And Fox coming in, gifting a sub to Blueberry Brioche. Thank you very much, Fox. That's 2 months in a row for Blueberry. Oh man, welcome back, everyone. If you guys are just joining here, we are in the bottom right. We got the wet nurse fight for Colmer. That'll be his final boss of the any percent run. We're actually doing all bosses though, minus the DLC. So his run is not over. He's got plenty more bosses to go. We've got two teams here. Team Hunter's Dream on the left, two players, and on the right two, we've got team patches. You can see their scores respectively on the right and the left in the globes. We're also raising money for charity, so everything that you drop here in terms of subs, donations, bits, etc., including the Quip toothbrushes, which you can purchase using our Quip affiliate link, !QUIP, supports children's charities. Even though Christmas is over, the giving spirit has not gone away yet until the new year. Then you can stop caring about other people. JK. All right.
Nightmare phase and wetness can be canceled in any patch. Yeah, definitely. You just have to double dodge right or left as soon as you kind of see the purple aura start, and then you can, because it's like a mental attack on the character.
Yeah, the nightmare cancel, haven't been able to call it out because I haven't seen it at the right moment, but it's very important. I mean, you can survive the nightmare phase. It just takes longer, and it
right, and very RNG.
Yeah,
dependent.
So you don't really want that. We got Cleric Beast in the lower left here as well for Faraz, and he's
About
almost
2
dead.
seconds.
Yeah, bye, Cleric Beast. I mean, he's technically like the first boss you should fight ordinarily, but whatever, he's dead.
It's pretty scary up front, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true when damage is lower.
He's rather formidable when you're +0 weapon and maybe
yeah, when you're a
level 10 or
little
so.
guy. Yeah. All right. Colmer locked in a one-hit any percent run. That is the third one-hit any percent today for these four. Squillakilla, of course, had some early hits, some early unfortunate situations, knocking a little of the rust off, I think, in this tournament, but he's up to 9. But the team counts are still fairly close here, between 12 and 16. So looks
definitely
like
anybody's game at this point.
looks like Hunter's Dreams got it locked in pretty well, though. But I don't know. There's a lot of bosses left, right?
Yeah, basically, I'm not going to say it's I'm going to say it's anybody's game until after Moon Presence, really, because
Okay. Then you're
Moon Presence can make things go so bad.
That's true. That's what's good about this game in a tournament. There's a lot of suspense because like the run's not over until it's literally over. So whereas I feel like in Dark Souls 1 through 3, for the most part, you can kind of call where the momentum's going and who's going to take the match pretty early on, based on what happens.
Running clockwise and never hit you. Oh, with the nightmare phase. Well, the issue with that though is the real nurse is still trying to actively attack you in the center of the arena while you're running clockwise to avoid the summons from wet nurse. You from the opposite direction. The actual real one at the same time a summon does, you have no area to dodge to, so then you kind of have to tank a shot. So that's why I say it's RNG dependent relative to being a guaranteed survival.
Chio coming in with the sub as well. Thank you very much for supporting charity. Enjoy your emote. Thank you, sir. All right, we're almost at witches. We got to wait for the minor witches to come out first, though. So, funny, stupid story. The first time that I fought the witches, I thought those very tall gentlemen that you could see the whole time were actually the witches. I was.
Oh, so you were just hitting those over and over again if they continue to
Yes.
summon.
I was like, why won't this boss die? This is so weird. Yeah. I found out after a
Don't
while.
forget to have Raptor mention teeth for our pearly white and new people.
Oh,
No
yes.
doubt, no doubt.
We got the Quip command in there. We are sponsored by Quip. They are basically doubling. If you get a 20, what just happened there with Squilla? We just did a quit out.
Sure, something hit him in the back there.
I
think that pushed him to 10, so that basically ends the run, yeah.
That's the 10th hit. All right, well, this too shall pass. That's what happens. You got a bad day. No worries. Squill's a champion. He's a god gamer, and next tournament showing from him will be back to their usual Squilla shit. So,
Agreed.
and the witches are dead.
use the mark out strat so he could spend the insight pre going back in, so that way he goes in with 0 insight, so there's no summons. Whereas Colmer will actually fight them with the summons.
Yeah.
Both perspectives there.
Yeah. I feel like I have to say this each time, just in case it's not obvious. I think most of you guys are very friendly types, and you all know, like, you know, kind of what's going on with these runs and how difficult they are and how bad things happen sometimes. But if you guys weren't already clear, like, somebody has a bad day, these are still amazing runners, and this is just the way it is. And I wouldn't draw too many conclusions about any individual run's performance.
For sure, because I mean, somebody could have a really good run, they could have a really bad run, but that doesn't, you know, mean they're not as consistent as somebody else or not as good. So
yeah. Now I'm fairly biased because I love all these guys, right? So I'm going to support them no matter what. But this I actually believe, which is a good segue for as much as I believe in charity and helping out little kids and brushing your teeth. If you type in !Quip, QUIP, you can get a toothbrush for $25, and Quip will basically double that. Actually, more than double, $55 back to charity. So it's a very efficient way to support kids in need. The winning team will get to select that children's charity, and we will let everybody know on Twitter at the end how much we raised in total, which I think is getting up there thanks to everybody's generous support. Really, really, really appreciate it, guys. So thank you very much. All right. So, Lethal, with the bosses that we have left in general, you think Moon Presence is the most challenging?
I think there's potential we'll see hits on German on Moon Presence. Moon Presence, it's such a waiting game because that AoE counts the hit, so you're just kind of waiting for the openings required to prep damage for limb breaks and the head break.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get bad attacks, you're just dodging around the arena, and she, you know, if she sprints at you in a bad way, it's hard to get out of there or roll up under the attacks.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is left here. Those are probably the major two. Logarius, maybe. We'll see something on, but it depends. Everybody's pretty consistent at Logarius for the most part.
Yeah. Faraaz had to mark
usually
out.
If you the 0 insight.
Yep. It's a good strat. Makes a lot of sense there.
Definitely safer for sure.
Faraaz, of course, has his DLC splits up too. So apparently he's going hard mode. He's going to do all the DLC on top of everything else.
Ready for that tiebreaker, you know?
Oh, man. Not today, but fully capable of it. He's got this run down. Team Patches did win the last tournament. That is correct. And Otz is very competitive. He was on Team Patches last time as well. His team's down 5 points. That can change rapidly, though.
Yeah, we could see a 5-point change just on German Moon Presence splits.
Colmer's been a soldier, though. He almost looks like he's sleeping, though. Like, Colmer's, like, so relaxed right now. Like...
And calm, doing his thing.
Yeah. It's what you got to do, man. All right. Oh, this is a scary area here. K-Dub's going through some wild stuff.
Scary is interesting. It looks really scary, but it's not as scary as it looks. It's one of those...
Yeah.
It kind of freaks you out to watch, but it's not bad to run through.
Especially when you're mostly invisible.
Yeah.
I think without that, this would be a different story, but yeah. Yeah.
Probably gonna lock on and pistol shot this little guy.
Yep.
And then cruise on by. Those enemies are absolutely terrible, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Super spammy little dudes. If they hit you, like, you're just gonna get like 5-6 hits. Like, you're just gonna get melted.
Yeah, get kind of the baby hits that destroy the run. He's getting through okay,
He's going
though.
through. Yep, going through Elixir the whole way. I actually lock on and I shoot that little guy when I go through, and it knocks him off the stairs backwards, and he just throws a temper tantrum on the ground there.
Mm-hmm. And looks like Colmer's going for an earlier Cleric Beast. Hasn't done Parl yet.
Yeah, as far as I know, I think K-Dub does Parl a little later as well, doesn't he? Or did he do Parl? He's moving so fast. I don't know. I think he leaves it for later.
I don't remember him at Parl, but chat can...
the extra buffs anytime yet.
Yeah. All right. Getting closer to the top of the roof, where all the action is.
All right, so let's see here. Now, Elixir's here for a very specific reason, guys. And that's because K-Dub was on a speed run a while ago, and he was like minutes ahead of his PB.
Yeah.
And a gargoyle grabbed him. It never grabs you, and it killed him and ended the run. So he now Elixir's through there, but you probably won't see others Elixir through there.
They might get grabbed by a gargoyle.
Yeah, it's interesting. It usually never. I mean, it aggroed all the way from the left side of the roof and sprinted across the roof and grabbed him like instantly. It was pretty insane. They grab you and it's multiple hits. Like it just pings you to death pretty much. Like it's no good.
That is SoulsBorne at its best, though, right? Like,
indeed.
And the Gargs are terrible in Dark Souls 3 as well. So yeah, there's a lot of fun shit there. All right, we're seeing Logarius, Old Man Santa. He's not bringing any gifts though.
I think usually when you see hits on him, it's either right at the beginning for that initial dodge through if you dodge bad timing, or when you go for the backstab on the phase transition. Miss. Oh, he did an extra swipe there. That was a little risky.
Mm-hmm.
Like right here, he has a very narrow backstab hitbox, and you can whiff it.
Dead. Oh, he is dead. I thought he had a sliver.
Yeah, he never lives after that little.
I can never call it now. You can't look at the boss health. All right. Well, that looks smooth, man. That looked pretty.
That's the exact same strat that I use. It's really, really efficient. So when he shoots out that skull that explodes, like it goes off on his left hand.
Yeah.
Animation sequence is actually him making that skull blow up. So that's why you can walk up and do an R1, L1, and you don't get hit by his movement.
Yeah.
And he'll jump back and he'll trigger another one. So it just loops until the phase change. You might get like a melee here or there. You might have to dodge under, but it's pretty rare. Usually he'll just do that over and over again.
Well, looked good to me.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
Clean.
I mean, there are
No, Faraaz will be using
different strats, you think?
Oh, for sure.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, that's Faraaz.
Yeah, exactly my point. Faraaz will be using a different strat on Logarius, which is a dodge in, dodge out strat, which is a little safer if you get bad RNG, but it's more time consuming, so it's a little scarier in my opinion. But
So Faraaz is very interesting in his strat development. He borrows heavily and then modifies to his own taste, but he doesn't spend a lot of time like in the lab, like beating his head against strats. He usually kind of uses like a meta-analysis of all the strats that are out there, and he picks whatever works the best for him. Very pragmatic.
Yeah.
Whereas Squilla, I don't know how his brain works. He just comes up with this shit. You do the same thing.
I like to make strats depending, but it depends on what it is. If there's something out there that's just so efficient, like I'll go with it. But if
Just
there's like
use
a
it
way
if it
we
works,
can
right?
make
Yeah.
something right, if there's something we make something different, like for No Hunter's Dream, there wasn't a One Reborn strat before. You had to do the One Reborn cheese, which took like 20-30 minutes, and I made a strat that takes about 3.5 to 4 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, that's see, it's useful.
But that
and
took me
it's-
like 3 days of grinding all stream to develop.
Yeah, and someone I think kind of epitomizes that would be Couch Jockey. Like he has had to pioneer basically all of his runs, and so he had no choice but to come up with that. His chat was very helpful for that sort of analysis as well. Like they looked up strats, they found ways to help him along, but he had to kind of push all that through. And I think his comment, we did an interview with him a few months back, and he actually enjoyed developing the strats more than actually using them in a run.
I feel the same way because like the 1 HP Moon Presence strat for the BL4 run, because that way you can tank the AoE and it doesn't reduce your health any or stagger you.
Yeah.
I made that for Squilla's run because he wanted to do a BL4 no hit, but I didn't really want to at the time. But I was like, well, I'll make this strat here. You use it because I'm too lazy to do this, but you'll do it. So here's the strat to do it.
Yeah. Well,
So I kind of
Faraaz
seeing what we can,
breeze through a Breedis. Very cool looking boss. Not enough health for these guys. So, we're pretty far along here. It's going to be interesting. Certainly, at some point, the guys on the left are going to finish the run. I'm not sure how far behind Colmer is.
Well, it depends. He's got some other stuff in his route that he grabs, additional rune and things later on that I don't think he's gotten yet. So he's decently behind. It's a considerable amount of time.
Yeah. Wow, he's put up a stellar run here, man. Like just one hit. It's only been in one other tournament. It was a much easier run without the all boss content. Like people may not have thought of him as such a threat in this kind of environment, but he is definitely a challenging guy to defeat, and I don't think I'd want to be paired up against him in an elimination tournament.
All right.
You'd want to get paired up against me, is what you want. Oh, McRaptor, we meet again. All right. K-Dub's going into Amy. I think this should be another by-the-book fight. These guys do such a great job at these kind of mid-tier bosses that just don't seem to have enough health for their builds.
Yeah, it's interesting how strategic the lineup of the optional bosses is to make it work out this way.
Yep.
If you come to some of these bosses earlier, it's such a different...
Yeah. Yeah, like Abritas at lower damage is not like if you have to fight her full phases, right? That's That's not.
It's not even my final form.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you have to fight her full on, it's pretty serious.
And it's the same thing that we see to an extreme case in Dark Souls 3, where there's almost no phase 2s, right? Like the whole run is set up to minimize any phase 2s in Dark Souls 3, and so it's very rare that you actually see them.
Right.
And when you do, shit's usually gone poorly.
I do have to point this out here. So what Colmer's doing right now is awesome in his routing. He doesn't get the key by killing the goober through the door. He actually goes through this entire area and clears out all the goobers, which is super scary, and his strats are really good for it.
Yeah. Gets a little bit of extra echoes on top of it, but he has to go through a lot more. But he doesn't get hit through a door.
Right, that's true, but it is a really good show. Oh, he got bad RNG there. That response is not what he wants. So when he walks over to backstab that first one, he wants the one on the stairs to start doing its arcane attacks. So they hit the stairs and it just stands there and it spams them off and on.
Yeah.
Out and adjust and let it come around the corner and kill that one first and then move in.
Yep.
You can stagger lock him with melees up to like 3 to 4 hits or so. I was trying to do the same thing with less damage, and I couldn't do a longer stagger beyond like 3 or 4 hits. After that, like they would just respond and slap the hell out of you.
Yep.
So enough damage to kill them in usually a 3-hit combo.
If you guys are just joining for the first time, this is the Hitless Winter Classic, the 7th Hitless tournament we've done this year, the final, of course, of 2018. We are raising money for charity today, so any amount of support that you get through the channel, including through the Quip sponsorship, through the affiliate link, !QUIP, counts towards kids' charity. We appreciate your support there. We've got FaraazKhan and Kate Whitty on the left, of course, on Team Hunter Stream. They are in the lead, 12-17 over Team Patches, which Squilla got to the 10-hit max, so he is out and done with his run. Colmer, only 1 hit on the bottom. He's doing the best he can to keep his team in the running here. Commentators, earlier today, we had FaraazKhan for the Dark Souls 2 match. And we got Lethal. That's where you say hi.
How's it going, everybody?
Commentated with me on the Bloodborne match. Now we're going into Parl. That no, he had not killed him, but I think he just killed him in like 3 hits.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. You only need buff really if you don't want to that late in the game. He could just walk in and spam R1s and it just ends. It just ends the fight.
Bye. All right, Parl's done. They do have to kill all the bosses minus the DLC. So they got to clean up even the easy guys. So there you go. K-Dub gave us the smoking guns. He's been playing a little bit too much Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, over the holiday. Not sure. All right.
We're still working on the goobers here.
He is. I think the main part of the additional time he has to spend is actually here.
I'd say a good 10 minutes of in-game time or more is probably right here.
Yeah. I'm curious why he doesn't just kill him through the door. What do you think?
Well, similar to my feeling is, I mean, it's not really a glitch, but it's not really intended because they intend you to route around it.
Yeah.
That's why you have to get the key by other means, by killing it from the other side.
Yeah, there was some...
You know what I mean? It's tough. So it's more of a personal kind of decision to say, well, I'm going to go around this because I usually do the same thing.
There was some debate over that, actually, I think, when they were still doing the any % run, and some people were actually going in here for upgrades and what have you. But not actually killing any bosses. And that seemed a little bit sketchier because, you were kind of glitching an enemy through a wall or a door, and then you weren't even fighting the boss in the area, right?
Yeah. Hob, for his runs, for his any % before he actually uses one of Colmer's strats in his run now, but the badge so we could buy more elixirs because he uses a lot of elixirs in his any percent route.
Yeah.
But Colmer developed a strat to kill Yuri, the NPC, before Rom when she drops, I believe, 3 elixirs.
Yeah.
And Hob now uses that strat, actually. So that's pretty cool that Colmer developed a strat that's being used by, the legend himself.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well, I'm not personally too concerned about the door situation.
Yeah,
But
it's not a big deal. I mean, it's definitely accepted. It's just up to personal preference at that point.
and we got Frost coming in with Logarius.
He's going to use that dodge in and out strat. So he's actually counting how many hits he does here before he buffs to prep the phase transition.
Oh, he got roll caught. Oh.
So that's
It happened
actually
again, 2 in a row.
exactly
Holy
what I was saying.
Shit.
Saying about that strat. So it's
not a good strat, huh?
but if you get bad RNG or a bad lineup, it pretty much rips the run. You know what I mean? So loop strat that KW used and Colmer will use the same kind of setup.
Yeah. K-Dub's coming hot.
K-Dub's just like, yeah, I'm done. He's just like, yeah.
You got to kill this moon guy, and then, yeah.
K-Dub, just doing practice the other day, just to do like a little D-Rust, he got like a 3-hit run on his first attempt. He's insanely consistent.
Squilla had the same thing today on his first run, his practice before the tournament, dude. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, he practiced for a few days, but I mean, like K-Dub without any practice, just practiced one run and got 3 hits.
Right in, yeah. It's wild, man.
He's just crazy.
All right, we got moon presence for the first time.
Yeah, so right now he's gonna prep the that arm there, the front left arm, for a break.
Mm-hmm.
Each person's strat's a little different. Some people do 2 hits on the arm, 2 hits on the head, maybe a hit on the body, and then they go for the combo. Some people do 3 on the arm. It just depends on what your damage is.
Yep.
Ooh, that jump! That was a close. That was lucky right there.
That was pretty close. That was pixel perfect.
Oh yeah. When Moon chases you, it's really scary because it goes faster than your sprint. You can't really get away. You can't turn around to dodge because you're already sprinting, so you're gonna jump. So you kind of have to just see what happens.
Yep. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of prep on this fight, but the boss doesn't.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah,
because I'm so not patient enough for this.
Yeah, it's kind of like if it's Rom level patience, but the boss is hyper aggressive and can kick your ass at any point in time.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god. Oh lord. Ooh, look at that ninja flip. Okay. Moon presence is putting on a show for us. Are we gonna get this down?
Yeah, it's such a pain, honestly. Like, that's why I always say it's not over till this split happens, because you never know. This attack's really great because you can run in after the first swipe and get the attack. I think he's almost prepped at this point.
Oh man, this is a long amount of time to be so focused.
Yeah. Like, once your eyes start to water, you know you've been focused for too long in the fight, right?
You're like, shit. Palms are sweaty. Oh god.
Now he's just buffed, so he's probably going for the break combo right here.
Yeah.
He's going to go leg into a transform into the head and another transform. Then he'll grab a visceral at the end here. Oh, he's going to get hit here.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do about it. It's really tough. Ooh. He's gonna bail because at this point it's too scary.
Hits.
Oh no! There's another one.
Lethal. I hate to say it, but you're right, man. You're right.
Moon presence is brutal, man.
Woo!
It's just
oh man. Well,
a situation.
I thought we were done there, but I lied. All right. We're 1 hit. Jesus, man. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Colmer right now. He may not know it. Well, and Frost for that matter.
And all viewers, nobody tell Colmer the current situation at hand. Just let him keep doing his thing.
Yeah, unless he wants to know. I think somebody in chat asked that question earlier. I couldn't get to it. But yes, I would ask the runner if they want to know before you do that. I don't have any rules against it. It's more up to them. I personally wouldn't want to know, but
yeah, he doesn't want to know at all.
Yeah, I would.
There's a lot of pressure at this point.
Leave them just doing their thing. I mean, he knows a 1-hit run's good, so that should be sufficient.
Yeah, what's also crazy is I think his PB is actually 2 hits. So if he finishes the 1-hit run, it'll also be a PB for him.
Oh, man. I only get my PBs in tournaments. Okay. All right. Let's see how K Woody recovers here. Yeah, this is a hell of a boss, man. I like this much better as a finale, though, than Wet Nurse. Wet Nurse is fine, but not nearly as exciting.
Yeah, it's just a pain. It's just a pain. This is all it is, really. Because if you fight her regularly, I mean, you can just stagger lock her. Like, you just dodge under and just unload transform attacks until it goes up, and she just melts.
Yeah. A lot of patience. Something lethal is in short supply of. Oh my god, that camera angle.
Oh man, wow.
Right?
That was he was in between her hands there, just dodging away. That was pretty awesome looking, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Things that's clip worthy without a hit,
Yeah, there are some clippable moments here for sure. Okay. Will the pain ever end? I mean,
but yeah, that visceral. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, well, I was just gonna say, I mean, like, there's a lot of setup, but then once like the wombo combo gets ready to go, right, then it just ends, or it doesn't.
Oh yeah, it has to end, otherwise hits happen.
Yeah.
But if you're on a different altitude than she is, like a different plane of the map, it's really hard to get that visceral. You kind of want to be on a level ground with her head, so that's what makes it tough. And depending on how the break lines up, you can't really always make sure that happens. And he kind of got stuck with that situation.
Yeah. Man. And we got Fraz in, second to last boss himself. A lot of boss action in this white flower field. I don't think I've ever watched these two bosses at the same time. This is actually quite interesting. All right.
I really like the atmosphere of this setup here.
Yeah. All right. He's going in for it.
I'm going for the break. Got the transform and the head break that time. Nice. Line it up. Oh, no! It happened again.
No.
Just get the kill. Just get the kill.
No. K-Dub. Okay.
It's rough. So now we're tied up.
God damn, dude.
What I would do there is if you already took that 1 hit, I'll honestly, usually I'll just YOLO the kill if I already took that 1 hit.
Just finish it, right?
Probably, Well, yeah, because if he hits the other leg, he can get another leg break there if he does hit it with his pellet meter up.
Yeah.
That 1 hit was kind of worth something a little bit. But at the same time, if you miss that other leg, then yeah, you're in for a rough time. But
Yeah.
mentally, whether or not it's worth going for it.
Uh-huh.
Testing out that spot, couldn't get the visceral time. Yeah, the viscerals are tough, man, on her. That's one of my issues with all boss no hit. This boss makes me almost not a fan because I'm so irritated by that need to be on a certain level with her for the viscerals and the setup and stuff that I'm really doing anything wrong to that extent.
Oh, God. Ooh, that scatter shot. Now, Fraz was just out of range. Man, if Colmer
Yeah,
knew-
even the most consistent of runners can get hit on Moon.
Yeah.
However, rarely gets hit on Moon Presence, and the reason being is his damage is so high and his visceral so good. He doesn't have to do quite as much prep. Like he can go in there and
yeah, kind of go
and
wild
break
on him.
visceral all day.
Yeah.
What I like to do is save my insight for the whole run. I let it build up, and I save a bunch of extra insight, like humanity, or not humanity, but Madman's knowledge to pop. Dump.
Fraz
At the bath.
missed a parry, but he was able to recover anyway, but he would have been done already.
Yeah, that was a little close there.
Oh, Witty's getting back to the corner there. He says, no way. Nobody puts K Witty in the corner. Hopefully he can kill him this time. All right. Fraz, you can see the pressure. Oh, my God. You can see it in his
Oh, yeah,
face
the
right
pressure's on right now, for
now.
sure.
He knows that this is wild now. Okay.
I think he's sweating a little bit, actually.
He is, man. Oh, God. These guys are so close on time. Although K-Dub did reset, he's also reset this boss multiple times. So K-Dub's very freaking fast.
Yes, he is. He's extremely fast. There we go. He got the Visceral that time. He still doesn't look happy. You can tell on the expression on his face. He's just irritated with this boss right now.
Come on, K-Witty. Don't worry. Hey, man. You guys are all perfectionists, dude.
You see him roll his eyes at the boss as it died.
He's like, whatever.
GG.
All right. Well, if you guys haven't had enough moon presence, that's good because we're still in it on the bottom left with Faraz. Oh, God. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see how Faraz's run goes. I'm hoping a little bit smoother. All right. Still doing the setup. Colmer had no idea the amount of butthole clenching that was going on
right
in the Hunter's Dream. You know, he's just like walking around with the witches and, you know, all right.
This thing.
Meanwhile, the opposing team was having some fun.
On Colmer's PB, we can see that he got hit once by Logarius, but he had 0 hit, you know, for the other bosses. He's pretty consistent with the other ones, and even Logarius, he's really consistent with now. So we might have a shot to see a 1-hit PB for him and leave it at a tied.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
Well, it's an interesting lineup. It's a bad lineup. It's a bad lineup.
No, that's a hit.
Yeah, the pull cost him. Go for the YOLO, get it. There we go. So that's usually what I would do.
4 hits apiece. Wow. So these guys went in with 1 hit like almost the entire way. Well, that's not true, actually. That was K-Witty. But regardless, they went in with some solid runs and then 4 hits apiece. I mean, for an on-demand run, I'd say that's pretty damn good, man. But that's still not what they're expecting. And I expected the next tournament that we'll see even better finishes from both of them. But Colmer, I mean, he's a few bosses behind, of course. But he's got the potential to put the best run in today.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, even if he takes, you know, a hit here or there on the way through here, there's still potential to be, the lowest hit count of any all-boss run today. So.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on, man?
I am very upset.
Dude, yeah.
Still a really good run, though.
You had such a good run the whole way, dude. Like,
and that's what made it really upsetting. Like,
I know.
The whole run. I don't know if you guys even seen like the game making me use other items that I weren't even selecting. It did it twice. Like, I used against Rom. I used a pellet and made me use in blue elixir, so I was kind of screwed in the spot and stuff like that. Like getting hit by the goober through the wall. That's never happened in any of my runs. He was never.
Yeah, that was that was.
It was just full of memes the whole run. Mika Lash kind of trolled me in phase 1 with the 2. You know, it was just bad. But to get that far and then not be able to get the visceral on Moon twice, and he gave me like the worst RNG, but it's frustrating. But you know, whatever.
Hey, hi, hey.
Hey, Faraz.
Hi.
Guys both finished with 4. You guys both, especially by the middle of the run, you guys were both looking amazing. Like, amazing.
Man. Well, I just heard K-Witty saying he had some memes. I had some,
I got
some memes too.
I got no visceral 2 times on Moon, so I got hit 3 times on that split.
Yeah, no, they actually told me you got no visceral, and I was like, well, now
Twice.
I have to get a visceral, and I didn't get the visceral.
Dude, that's terrible.
God.
But what happened to Squilla?
Just I think Squilla just was hard on himself, got a little bit tilted from a few meme hits.
Yeah, just knocking some rust off, and you know, happens to everybody sometimes, right?
That's frustrating, dude. Like,
I think Squilla's memeiest hit, I think, though, was when he did the charge R2 through the door on the goober, and it just slapped him after the charge R2. Like,
wait, the goober hit him too? He got hit by a
and the goober didn't get staggered. Like, the goober took damage, but it just slapped him in response, like, immediately. I've never seen that happen, ever.
Yeah, Bloodborne's pretty mean today, man. Holy crap.
So now it's down to Colmer, right? How's Colmer doing?
Colmer's only got a single hit. He's, you know, he's a few bosses behind, though, so there's plenty of things that could happen. He hasn't done.
What does he have left?
It looks like he's going to Amygdala right now. He has a lot of splits left. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's
Ligarius,
German
and Moon.
In which so he has a lot of run left, but that was such a good run, dude. I was feeling really good that whole run.
That's tough, K-Witty. Yeah.
Even without ending, it was an amazing run, I gotta say.
People were talking, and we took our hits pretty much at the very similar times. So we stayed 1, then 3, and then 4 each. Man, I had like, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if you saw on ROM, but on ROM, ROM, he transformed early. Like he
did that for me too. Oh my god! But I recovered. But the game screwed me over. It made me use one of my elixirs when I had a pellet selected. So I was out in elixir, and I had to run through the area without an elixir. And then he teleported early, but I was still able to get the stagger. So it was just, I had to deal with a lot this run. But
yeah, that's how the run goes. That's how the run goes.
You know, the cruising speed-wise, man, because you were the only one that had to reset on Gascoigne, and not only did you catch up, but you were well in the lead up until the Moon Presence mark.
Yeah, man, I'm cruising, man. Shadow's kind of getting me bad RNG, so I took my time with them, which was fun. But after that, you know, everything is peachy. Like it's pretty consistent as far as my route, but the memes, man, I couldn't overcome.
I had to Hunter's Mark out of Shadows because the Pyro Shadow, I don't know how he transformed, but he transformed by like literally 1 health. And then I was like,
that's
okay,
scary. That's a smart move in the tournament. Like, no YOLO.
Yeah, don't do it. So
all right, Colmer. I wonder, he probably doesn't even know that it's up to him.
Yeah, we're not telling him. We're just gonna let him do his thing.
Poor guy.
Faraz said that though. He said Colmer's the sleeper, man. So
he's the one.
I was saying, man.
He's got the least amount of
hits.
hits
The couch jockey of Bloodborne. Like,
he's gonna have some very consistent strats because he told me he's like, he gets an extra claw mark rune as well as he gets 20 more levels.
Wow.
Than the rest.
His Moon Presence strat is definitely the best strat that I've seen.
Oh, easy, yeah. It takes a lot of damage. Like you got to have the levels, but he pretty much just insta kills it. Like right off the bat, it's just over.
Yeah. So it's up to him, man. The entire tournament's on him.
Wow,
right now.
That's crazy, dude.
No pressure.
Wow, that makes me sick though, knowing that if I took one less hit, it would be fine. But
that's the thing. If I got that last wrist roll, it would have been fine.
Same, twice, man.
I know. It's terrible. That's why I remember back
Can we
when...
full screen Colmer?
Yes, I'm seeing chat. It's not my favorite option for technical reasons, but I will switch it after Amygdala because we do what we do for the people. All right. Just we will swap to Colmer. You guys will just have to remember Team Hunter Stream's got 18. Colmer's team Patches only 17. 2 more hits.
It's been a pretty wild tournament, huh?
Patches team's out. It's been wild, man. Okay. All right. Just gonna throw up a little movie magic while I flip these things around, guys. Just give me a second here. We'll get Colmer back on the screen. He should be safe from hits at the moment, though.
Yeah, he's just marking, or he's using the lantern right now. So
good.
There's like a specific spot I try and get Moon Presence to land on, so that I will guaranteed get a visceral, but I was just greedy this time. Wow, his arm just went through the ground.
His arm went through the ground.
Yeah, if you watch, his arm goes like into the ground right there. I still got it, but...
All right. All right, chat. Colmer, all by himself. Big, beautiful, full screen 1080p. Man, Lethal, we got the easiest job ever now.
I'm telling you.
So, just if you guys just joined it for the first time or you're confused at all, Team Hunter Stream has racked up 18 hits collectively between the 2 games. Team Patches, which is Colmer's team, is only at 17 hits. If he takes a single hit, then they tie, and I say they just split amongst 2 of their favorite charities. If he takes 0 or 1 more, 0 more, I can't count anymore, 0 more hits, nothing, then his team wins. If he takes 2 hits, the tournament is over and done, and Team Hunter's Dream has redeemed
He's
themselves.
pretty consistent on these final splits, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He's definitely got the potential.
It'll be cool though if Colmer does, like, if he gets this, that means he'll secure the victory for his squad, and this would be a PB for him on, you know, in big spotlight. That'd be really cool, man. So.
Oh, the pressure, dude.
Yeah. I'm sure he's not aware of it, you know, but
yeah,
that's what's riding for him. That's cool.
That is pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
He actually almost beat the any percent run in the last tournament, which would have been the first time at that point in time for him. So he not only almost got a PB in the last tournament, he almost like beat the run for the first time. He was at a 1 hit going into the last any percent. So he's always coming in as an underdog, but his performance here is pretty damn solid, man.
No, he's got it for sure. Does his thing.
Okay, Dub, you're a Breedis fight, so you got those staggers.
Screw that
Man,
up.
I was like on the edge of my chair.
Nah, I've done that fight so much. I have backup strats, so I wasn't too concerned about it. Like, only thing I have to worry about after, if you do it too early, you want to attack that back fin because you can stagger that again too. So you just got to make sure, look, because sometimes she'll try to turn around and tentacle slap you, which she tried to do. So after I dodged that, I got the stagger and it was okay. But yeah, I think I was a little tilted from that hit right before that, so my timing was a bit off. I couldn't believe that. Like, that goober hit me through the wall, man. He slapped the crap out of me. Like, what the heck, man? So
Goobers are no joke, man.
Speaking of toothbrushes, Rosaria coming in with our 6th toothbrush of the day. Thank you very much for supporting charity and the tournament. Faraz, you got to buy someone. You got to give away a toothbrush.
That's
and
true.
I got to give away a tier 3 sub to somebody's favorite runner in this tournament. So,
you gonna run a giveaway, Raptor?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
You remember last time you had a giveaway?
I would prefer if somebody else did, and I'll just pay the tier 3. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we had to go to some serious lengths to get the giveaway to work last time.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
The reason that that charge R2 that he just did was extended was because the Celestial Emissary only has like 26 resistance to thrust damage, and the spear in extended charge R2 is thrust damage. So that's why I did massive damage. Like, yeah, he's super tanky leveled, but you could actually do massive damage on those guys with like a BL4 character with thrust damage.
Senor wants to dual wield toothbrushes.
Gate up. Thank you for the resub.
Hey, no
Or
worries,
sub.
man.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. He's like, all right. McDrunkard, because I never see you on. Okay, I gotta give
Blame game has commenced.
I gotta give away a tier 3 to McDrunkard. Thank you. I paid everyone else, man.
Poor McDrunkard.
Oh, he didn't get the visceral.
All right. Prey slaughtered.
And even checked his health just to be on the safe side to make sure. Nice, good stuff.
How dare you shift the blame?
Shaming.
Oh man. Big Drunkard found out about the scam. All right. Well, 3 bosses away. Can he do it? It's a lot of strength for this guy.
He's just a monster, man.
Yeah.
I think he ends up at like level 75 or 77, something like that.
That's kind of nutty, man. All right.
Like Mac Truck Hunter.
Yeah. Well, and you were
Right.
saying too, Lethal, that with his level, he's probably going to be having an easier time on Moon Presence.
For sure. It's by far the best Moon Presence setup. As long as he gets it off, yeah, like pretty much as soon as Moon Presence jumps, he just spams a combo, it gets a head break, visceral finish. It's all done. Like, there's no, running around the arena or anything, really.
Yeah. We'll call this
and
Viking strats. Like, he's taking it slow and steady, but coming in and very consistent. All right.
Uses the mark out after Gurman, so he can spend those echoes as well before Moon.
I don't know if it's like adult ADD kicking in, but having only one person to look at, I feel like I'm being
Brain is
deprived.
calming down now, right?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, this is really easy.
It was a little more intense with 4 screens.
Oh my god, especially when there were 3 people on shadows. Like,
Oh, were there 3 of us on
Yeah,
Shadow? Holy crap,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, the fireballs were everywhere.
all 3 of
crap.
you quick boys, and I was just like, I don't even know where to.
That's cool, man.
What is life? Well, and it's really cool seeing you and Faraz on both bosses in Hunter's Dream there, like seeing Gehrman
Oh,
and
man.
Moon Presence like at the same time in the same boss arena. Like it was sweet,
Hardcore
man.
team
Pretty
strats.
cool. That's pretty cool. Teammates, baby.
Yeah.
The orange hair.
Oh man, that's right. Yeah, you guys are all wearing
Image
hats.
output is
though.
insane. You
That's
see that?
crazy, man. Me and Faraz, we kind of finished at the same time, like similar hits. That's kind of scary.
Mhm.
The game is not gonna let us get it today, man. Holy crap.
Well, Colmer kind of gave you that good luck in the beginning, but it was really like a curse, you know.
That's what I was saying. It was a setup. I'm telling you.
He pretends he's such a nice guy. Well, good luck, guys, and then you just get destroyed. And it's like, come on, man.
There's the bad RNG.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, he's literally just chilling the entire time. I can't even tell if he's awake. You know, he's just like, all right, oh, he's vaping now, so he's definitely awake. Okay.
Actually, steroids in there. He's cheating.
Performance enhancing drugs. He's been doping.
Right.
We got to drug test these guys.
High performance vaping.
Oh
Mhm.
god, I was muted. Sorry guys.
I bet you
Oh,
said
we-
something
we
really
figured
good
you just
too.
left.
No, I was talking to you, and I was like, man, why aren't they talking to me?
Is there something wrong with me? Like what?
Yeah, what's going on?
We just suddenly thought you had nothing important to say.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you know,
terrible.
4 hits is pretty good on an all boss run, guys. Like, why are you shutting me?
Yeah.
Terrible, man. I think it's in the manner of how it happened, man. That's like a punch in the gut, dude. But
You can see that having them all happen like at the end like that's got to bug you.
yeah, man. I just needed the one visceral, and that was it. And then nope, twice. So
Yep.
that's all right though. There's room for improvement, I guess.
Well, yeah, I
Room
mean,
from FromSoft to improve a boss's hitboxes.
Yeah, that too. But
exactly.
that's how it is with Moon, man. That's why this run sucks, because that, like, for all bosses, him for being the last boss is like a meme. I remember Faraz almost
I
got
agree.
world's first and no visceral. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's
it's
how
that
it is,
visceral, man.
Oh, I've seen a few close calls, world first situations from Faraz that have been
Yeah.
ended
I
by
joke it.
memes. I don't think I'll ever be able to unsee the Gale crossbow hit, though. I don't.
Yeah.
That was literally the stab in the heart. Like that was
Everybody was watching
the
too.
most
That was
terrible thing that ever happened on Twitch.
I think
It's
the
like-
most upsetting. Oh, go ahead, Bryce.
I had practiced that fight so much, and it never went bad to that point with Twin Blades. Everything was fine, and the one time it goes bad is after Half-Light. We're finally done Half-Light, and it's like, well, you know, I guess you didn't practice enough.
Do you know though, like, even though I'm sure it's very upsetting for the runner and makes sense, right? These bad things happen. But like chat, the viewers remember these things. Like I will always remember that thing. So that's a memorable moment,
It's memorable,
which is
yeah.
good. It's good to have those memories because there's the defeats, but then there's the success, and you can't have it all the time.
Well, yeah, you got to think about it as if, like, hey, if someone got all victories all the time, how entertaining would it actually be?
Oh yeah,
And
be
it's like-
be too easy, right?
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Way too easy. So it's like, oh, well, this guy's just a prodigy. You know, oh, he's gonna win. There's no tension or like, oh.
You're
is he
talking
gonna
about
pull
Gino
it off
then, is what we're
that?
saying.
So,
Yeah, it's
Gino.
kind of how disgusting Gino is at times. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The machine.
Yeah.
The Machino, yeah. Oh man, K-Witty, we're tied. Would you like to smash to?
Oh
see
yeah.
the
Yeah,
tiebreaker?
that's
That did not apply on the same team, sir.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's fair enough.
K Witty just says he does not want to smash. Okay.
No smashing.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I don't know. I think the most upsetting thing I've seen ever on Twitch was when Hob almost had the trilogy run that first time and got hit on Cinder at the end.
Yeah. That's
Watch.
rough.
That's rough.
And then, Ots as well with his run, dude. That
Oh
was
God, how can we
Oh,
forget
yeah, man.
that?
Yeah, you can't forget that. That was devastating, man. I felt
rough.
really, really bad.
Okay, I take that back. That was the most upsetting thing that happened on Twitch.
That's around the same
Danny
time
Gamer.
for both of them too, right? Because Ots' run was 11 hours. I think the trilogy run was around 10. I think it was 10 hours. So that's a very, very similar circumstances.
But
Told him about your gargoyle, K-Dub.
Oh, wait, I can post a clip actually.
world record
should, yeah.
pace.
Yeah, you'll probably never see that again. Oh, let's see, where is it at? There we go. Yeah, if you guys never seen this, you probably won't. That's why I usually elixir here on no hits now too, because that's crazy, dude.
So
Like,
good though.
Well, we got McDrunkard's world first backstab
Oh,
bullshit.
man.
Like,
Yeah.
there's this.
Yeah, the
There's
Souls games.
There's
Holy
a handful
crap,
of like,
shoot.
yeah. I'm trying to think if Squilla's ever been tested in this way. I mean, he's obviously lost runs sometimes, but I don't know that he's.
I remember he got to Nameless King. That was the last boss for him on all bosses. He had one hit left, and he got lightning stomped.
That's true.
Remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
rolled out of it and he was like, what? And he was apparently like a pixel in or something like that.
Man.
And then I had the same thing. I could have been world's first for any percent, and then Wed Nurse clipped me.
I remember
Yeah,
that. 'Cause,
man.
at the time we were competing for that.
Yep,
It was
man.
like,
Okay.
oh boy.
We done been through the
It's
gauntlet,
going a little
man.
scary so far.
Yeah.
Colmer's in control, man.
Yep. Oh man,
Nice, that's GG.
excited. He's ready for it, man.
Opening was a little sketchy, that combo that Logarius did. I was a little worried. But he fixed it, corrected it, and kept
All
moving.
right, Colmer, 2 more for you, sir.
One boss arena left, guys.
Gurman.
They're usually ones he doesn't get hit on. The two that are left are usually ones he just cruises through.
Look at this friggin' legend, man. Oh, now the pressure's on. He, regardless of the team counts, the PB's on the line here, man. God. I can't even remember Colmer's single hit. What the hell was it?
I think it was like a fireball on
Shadows?
maybe.
Yeah, I think it was early. People were saying it was on Shadows.
Snake and the snake. That's right, the phase 3 snake.
Oh yeah, it was a snake, and honestly, I thought he was out of the way.
That sucks. That snake
Yeah.
has some crazy range, dude. You think
Yeah.
It
you're out of
barely got
range?
him too.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he was within 6 inches of being outside the hitbox. He didn't realize he was just inside. So when it
Oh.
went, it just caught the side of him.
That could have been the run.
Man.
Well, now Colmer has his own experience. It's not as dramatic as some of the other ones we've discussed, but remember that time we almost got the run during the tournament? Oh man. Got hit by a snake. Well, he's got to get through these two, and then
A Keksnek.
a Keksnek, a very large Keksnek.
Mm-hmm. The Keksnek.
Yes.
He got the snakes twice too. He dodged the secondary ones, but yeah, he got them twice in a row back to back.
Well,
Twice you're usually dead.
All right, here we go, man. This is exciting.
it is.
I'm pretty nervous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, buddy. Gonna rearrange the inventory. No worries.
Making sure he ain't popped the cords.
Yep. Gonna beat up this
Alright.
poor old guy in a wheelchair. I don't know how I feel about that. Thank you for hosting the colony. All right. Stop blocking our screen. Chat. Okay. Okay.
Oh, if this does tie, it goes to IGT, right?
How's that gonna work? Did we even see IGT for because Squilla quit? I mean, I don't know IGTs for all the DLC runners. Did we?
No, I
Log
think
those?
we just.
Oh yeah, the title didn't finish, so we can't.
Yeah, a lot of people
Just
didn't
come
finish.
to a collective charity.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
can decide together.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's I think that's fair.
All right, Lawrence down.
Man.
You still running on practicing the DLC for us?
Well, yeah, I'm just going through the DLC. I thought I might as well do something, you know?
No doubt.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh, oh, get out of here, man.
that's a little scary.
Yeah, it was.
Sometimes because the terrain,
Yeah.
you can miss bullets when you expect it to get a parry, so you dash in there, and it's just like, oh, it's kind of what happened there.
Yeah, and sometimes the lock-on won't even stay on him occasionally. Like,
That
it'll
too.
glitch out. K-Dub lost over. He had a
you seen
one-hit run to that,
yup.
yeah.
When I was doing the all-content run, bullet went right through that dude. Crazy.
Okay.
For the opening he needs.
Yep.
And of patience.
He's got this, man. He's calm. He's
the patient
focused.
master.
Wonder what he's waiting for. What attack?
Waiting for that spam combo that he can parry.
Ah, I see.
Oh
That's
boy,
what's
that
scary
was...
though about certain strats. If you only got one way to do things, sometimes given the RNG, that can be kind of tricky.
Yeah, I don't have the patience to wait that long.
It's good to have some backup strats.
Yeah.
Really not giving him this attack. I'm kind of surprised. Usually you see it way more often than this.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what makes it. Now he has to. It's a dodge fest, but he's doing all right.
I don't know if I've ever seen German go this long without doing that attack.
No, he's just messing with him, dude.
There it is.
There it is. There we go.
Oh, he ran out of buffs.
Oh no!
He's probably got some specific methods that he wants to do as well to get.
Yeah, the expression on his face was kind of bad there.
Yeah, he's like,
because
no.
phase
He knew
2
that
is
was
the
a
hard
problem.
part of German. That's the hard part where you're like, okay, I'm a little bit scared here.
The way he lined
Yeah.
it up with his buffs going is there isn't really a phase 2. It pretty much ends on that visceral into a combo.
Oh man.
This is the epic conclusion.
Yeah, I know.
There it is.
Oh man.
Nice. Here we go. Hit that visceral like and got the R1 on accident though, because as his buffs ran out, it would have broke the whole thing. So it's actually better that he didn't get the visceral on the first attempt.
You got it. All right.
GG.
One more boss to go.
We go. Uno.
He's got his mark ready. As soon as that pops up, he's gonna mark out. Send
So,
his echoes.
so chat brings up an excellent point. We did have, so if they're, I'm not looking for a tie. I'm looking for a PB for Colmer. But in the event of one, what if the tiebreaker was just that since one team did hit the mercy limit, that's technically worse than.
I think it's so tough to debate right now. We'll see what happens. That gotta go from there.
Well, didn't both teams hit? Oh well, no.
Yeah,
Dark
Moken
and
Kai-
Squiller on
That's
this.
true.
Ooh.
Oh, Moken Kai did as well. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to go back to Smash. Okay. All right. Pause fight.
All right.
Fight IRL.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. Faraaz would win that one. Okay. Okay.
The long sprint. There we go. Nice.
Yep.
I hate that long sprint, man.
Is
Should do
that-
it
is
right
this
there.
it?
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Oh,
It's
my
done.
God.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Oh
No. That's a hit.
Oh no.
That's 2
oh,
That's it.
No.
That's it.
that's it.
Oh,
No, you
Moon
didn't get
Presence is a punk, man. Ruining
Oh,
everybody's
man.
stuff, man.
That lineup was so good. He should have got that visceral. Like that was
no.
messed up.
Nobody,
Moon-
nobody gets out alive. It went right to the freaking wire.
Moon said
That's-
no today. Holy
And
crap.
not only did it not give him the visceral, but it didn't give him any limb breaks afterwards. So he couldn't even
Man.
stagger finish to like keep it at one hit.
Oh man,
What
that was
happened
so
today?
close.
That was
Jesus.
epic. He doesn't even know what just happened. He's going to
Yeah.
be sick, man.
Oh
dude.
man.
I don't want to tell him. I'm just gonna sign off.
Okay, I feel a bit better, not because he got hit, but because this was an epic tournament. Like the finish was- this was
Well, it's
great.
something that happened to everybody at this point, so it's not,
Yeah.
it's not really a runner problem.
Ooh,
It's that
Bloodborne
boss
is
has some
mean,
issues.
dude. Oh, dang.
Just
Wow.
wasn't good today, huh, guys? The Bloodborns.
Freaking Moon, man.
This was the
Ruined everybody.
appetizer to the big one, guys. This was a
That's
warm up.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
This is
true.
the
That's
appetizer
true.
to the big one. That's interesting.
Rough.
Like
I'll
that,
keep the
that's,
totals up on screen at least, I guess.
Moon Presence alone
Ooh.
is one of the reasons, or one of the main reasons why that this run is so much harder than the any percent, because it's like,
Yeah.
well, you get to the end and it's like, oh,
Yep.
you might just not get it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dang, man. Heck of a run, though, Colmer.
yeah, well done, Colmer.
A better run than I could do.
Yeah, he took 3 hits. That's less than everybody else.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He did.
Sure
Yeah.
did.
Colmer wins that.
18-19. Yep.
It's interesting. Well, it's good because he was eliminated last tournament really early on, but now it's like you gotta.
Everybody
Yeah.
get over there and follow Colmer.
Yeah.
Make sure you do so.
He had the second best run in the entire tournament as well, based on hits.
Guys,
Next to odds.
Colmer.
I didn't
Man,
know.
you keep doing
where
this
was
to
my
us.
visceral?
You keep
Where-
doing this.
the-
It's the last boss of the tournament for you. Come on, you keep doing it.
On the plus side,
Freaking
buddy,
Mr.
it happened to every other runner, man.
Colmer.
That no
And we
visceral.
all
God.
didn't get the visceral moon and took
Yeah.
hits, man. I took 3 hits on
Thank
moon because of
God.
that. Yeah, it just moon just said no
Thank-
today. Yeah.
Like I have it like all spaced out. I take 2 steps backward, 1 step forward, right? Like it's very and like Mr. Magoo over there with the damn sauce spear, man. Where did my visceral go?
Yep.